for a while. I'd have dirtied the place up a little bit.
My Dyna's out of pocket.
Love out-of-pocket Dyna.
I love out-of-pocket Dyna. Out-of-pocket Dyna makes things canon in the story that shouldn't be, like riots.
Hey, I think the riot was a group effort, okay?
It was, but Dyna was the one who succeeded. I wouldn't have been sweated so much if you all failed, but...
I'm starting to feel that my secondary backup character would fit this campaign a tiny bit better, but Delphine just can't die, so, you know, it's fine.
Good evening, Swamp Kids, and welcome to another episode of Call of Cthulhu Horror on the Orient
That was
Express.
the cold open!
Yes, it was! To be fair, I did say that we had 5 seconds.
I know.
Okay.
I was too busy showing off that I have been subscribed for 17 months!
Hey, there it is. Thank you.
It's over a year!
I'd have dirtied the place up a little bit.
So yes, we're back with some Call of Cthulhu. I am, of course, Gil Swamp Guy, your keeper of arcane lore, aka, I didn't have an AKA planned. Anyway, my players, as always, we have Forgotten.
Subscribe to Gil! I make models sometimes. Look at it, I'm surrounded by them. Hey, thanks, bye.
Check it out. We have TheAmazingDyna.
Hello, darlings. I have a new model, and I'm also very out of pocket. And I will try to keep the lewdness in check.
And we have Jarl Havi.
Let's fucking go, fuckers.
Arcus is
love
out
it.
for this session, so we will be weekend with Bernie's his character.
Don't worry, we've put him on a milk carton, and we're gonna find him.
That's fine.
Background
What could
music was a
possibly
little
go wrong?
We've sent out the Amber Alert.
Not the milk carton.
Sorry, Dyna's old. It was an old joke. I had to update.
You're totally fine. So a couple things before we get kicked off. Next Saturday, I still haven't planned what I'm gonna do yet as far as stream goes, or if I'll even stream at all. We'll just have to find out. But let me check my calendar here. The 23rd, we have the next episode of Core, part 5 of that. And then on the 30th, we have yet another Monster of the Week one-shot. Can you tell I like running that system? Great
Is
system.
it only episode 5 of Core? That means I've been in 2 episodes. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
I feel overexposed. Never mind.
No,
I
you're
was about to
totally
feel
fine.
bad for like not being involved enough, but I was wrong.
No, you're killing it. So yeah, so those are the announcements at the moment. Also, Project Open Table. If you are in mine, Arcus's, Undead's, or TV Head's servers, there should be an application that you can click on to join us. We're currently only doing applications right now, so we can get some folks in that we think will build this community of positivity and really set the culture in motion to where once we do go fully public, that we can have a pretty smooth transition and already have everything established that we want to have going on for our new folks. So be on the lookout for that. Like I said, if you're in my server in my swamp, you'll find it in TTRPG General. You can just click on that and you can fill out the application it's in. And I think that's all we got going on right now. So without further ado, let's get into the game.
Cool. Wait, so aren't we on the train somewhere?
You are on the train right at the moment.
Oh, you were switching.
Yep, you guys had just left Milan after recovering the torso of the Simulacrum during a performance, an opera performance. A lot of good moves made there. Dyna, I believe it was you who used one of the sandbags that held the curtain to blind somebody.
I did. That was
pretty
me.
Slick.
I had the worst brain fog that last session, so if you saw last session and this session, I should be a touch more lively. Now that I'm not dying.
Got this. I believe in you.
Oh yeah.
I did nothing. I exist.
That makes
Delphine is a puppet.
So yeah, you guys have boarded the train from Milan, and you are now, that's where you currently are. You are on your way to your next stop, which is Venice. This is going to be a relatively short trip, probably not even a day really. So you guys get a little bit of downtime to it.
Like on the train?
Yeah.
Okay.
Evangeline is for sure drinking at the bar.
I think Delphine would have found like a table and is actually flipping through that journal she has while drinking and just being like, this still doesn't make sense to me. What am I even doing? Wait.
If I knew you were planning on staying
But a
for
quiet,
while,
like,
I'd have
internal
dirtied the place
crisis.
up a little bit.
It's all internal thoughts.
Thank you for the sub, Mopsy. Yeah, no, you guys have kind of been through the ringer these last couple sessions, especially with the schism that kind of began to fracture our group of investigators after a what was supposed to be an interrogation gone horribly wrong.
I'm sorry. The place is a little bit clean right now.
Thank you,
If I
Vash,
knew
for
you were
the
planning on
sub.
staying for a while, I'd have dirtied the place up a little bit.
I would like to do anything that gets me back to full health.
Oh, I think I'm down on health too.
Yeah, you
I
guys,
think we all are.
you guys are all pretty down on health at the moment.
Singular hit point. What? Do I need just a good night's rest to get my hit point back? Come on now.
I believe we resolved that last time, like after like taking a little bit of time to like just rest and stuff. I think we did what was it, medicine, I think?
Yeah.
I think that's what put me at 13.
Yeah, I'm at 9. I am hurt.
I'm at 6.
I think I got
Delphine's just
shot.
stacked. You might have. No,
Yeah, I think that crazy guy that was stealing that lady's youth shot me.
Oh.
Or stabbed me. I think I might have been stabbed. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah,
I
I
don't
have the
remember.
ritual dagger now. So maybe I'm
I
also
had
looking
COVID.
at that.
I can't remember.
COVID, Dyna.
I still don't know what these series of numbers mean that I wrote down for my last notes, so hopefully I figure that out soon.
Is that just you just calculating your health?
No, it just says
I was gonna say.
10, ampersand 1, ampersand 13, and the only other note that I have is Poppy K. Oren, so clearly these two things must have been important enough to write down, but I have no idea what they mean.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't even know what they mean.
Yeah, I don't think any of us do.
I wrote it in Dyna and then forgot how to speak Dyna.
What the fuck? Are you writing down the code for Poppy Playtime?
I don't even play Poppy Playtime.
I'm so confused.
Oh
Well,
my
Poppy
gosh.
K. Oren isn't even spelled like Poppy properly. Like it's Poppie. I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't find my notes. Apparently, I went in with the full, like, 60 intelligence that I have. And I just said, you know what? I've got a knife.
Wait,
It's a pretty knife.
wait. Did we do a recap on what happened last time? Maybe we need to put our heads together and try and recall what happened last session.
All right,
So what happened to us?
yeah, so the session started with the group split because of what happened in the car. And then you guys made up, you searched for more clues about the missing opera singer. You went to the performance, the opening night. You watched the musical for a little bit, and then you saw when one of the suits of armor was taken off of a mannequin that it was the Torso of the Simulacrum, because it was like that marbled blue, like very ornately etched kind of stone that it was made out of, like all the other pieces, like the other piece that you found so far. And that's when you also noticed that there was an older gentleman sitting across the road from you who was singing in the missing opera singer's voice. And so when the simulacrum when the torso showed up on stage, that guy and like 3 other people left to go backstage and try to get it. And I think that's when you guys all went out to try to get it for yourselves, which you succeeded, and then you ran.
Yeah. I murdered that guy.
You absolutely did, because that led to you guys getting out via the alleyway. Havi or James calling a cab, and when nobody else got in, he took the torso back to the hotel room, leaving the 3 of you to fight this person who turned out to be a little bit more than a person. Once you finally
I took their dagger.
Yeah, and you took their dagger, so you do have a dagger in your inventory. And once you dealt with him, you guys all met back up and realized, oh shit, the train leaves for Venice tomorrow afternoon. And then you guys got all your shit together and hopped on the train, and that's where we are now.
Are you just gonna gloss over the most intense moment of the campaign so far?
Oh, we were talking
Arcus
about
was standing over James's hospital bed with a gun pointed at him?
That part, God, yeah, that did happen, didn't it? Because Archie had...
It sure did.
It was during, because you guys went to the hospital to check on Delphine and James, and Evangeline had a panic attack, so Archie just very casually snuck the gun off of her, went into James's room, and while James was loopy on the drugs, held the fucking revolver to his head. And I couldn't tell you the last time that the table had actually made me super fucking nervous.
I was also, full clenched asshole that entire time. I didn't know what was gonna happen.
I wasn't. I was like, yes!
I felt like I could, I could feel my breathing throughout my entire body. I was on edge. I was like, there's no fucking way he does this.
Spoiler, he didn't.
Oh, boys. Okay. So I'm gonna say that you guys, without a major wound, you'll naturally heal 1 hit point a day. So I'll say that since you guys didn't really do anything between getting back to the hotel room or getting out of the hospital and then going to the train and to where you guys currently are in the timeline, I guess you guys can have another hit point added to your totals, or not your totals, added to your current.
Yes. I needed it.
None of you have a major wound, correct?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I have
Mine
no
was
idea.
healed.
Okay, so also if you guys would like, and this is how medicine
Mine was
works.
healed in the hospital while Havi had a gun over his head, or to his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both got our major wounds checked out.
Okay.
Did I have one? No, I don't think I did. No. Okay.
So you can, so to use your medicine skill to heal yourself, it'll take an hour in the appropriate equipment and supplies, but you can do it a medicine skill to like heal. Apparently, I guess, you know, at least once an hour. So you guys can keep that in mind going forward, and that'll heal you a D3 if you succeed.
Yeah, mine's a 1, so I don't think I'm succeeding at all.
I'm going to attempt. I've got my bottle of alcohol from the bar, and that's medicine to me.
Kills the germs.
It does.
We're just rolling a medicine check for that hit point, right?
Oh, my medicine is only 1. Yeah,
you guys get one for one for free at the end of every day, essentially.
Oh, okay, so I'm fine. Delphine's in her own little world right now, so don't worry about it.
And James, you said you still have your major wound, or
No, so both me and Evangeline got our Delphine. We both got ours healed by the doctors.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Just make sure. So I guess if any of you guys would like to attempt a medicine to try to heal yourselves, you can.
If I crit fail this medicine check, do I hurt myself more?
I'm gonna say yes.
Then no, I'm not going to attempt because my medicine is 1.
Well, the only way that the range for fumbling or critical failure, up to, I think, if your skill's like a 75, is the range is 95 to 100. So as long as you don't roll any of those, you don't crit fail. But I think. Oh my God! Spin the luck.
I'll spend 1 luck.
There you go.
I'll also do it too. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna also do it.
I will accept the peer pressure of the
I'm
DM
not.
and spend the luck.
James.
I would have no luck left.
Oh my God! Oh yeah, you're low on luck too.
I'm finally low on luck.
All right, so Evangeline, you get a D3 of hit points back.
Wait, I can do this.
Hey!
Heck yeah, I'm a
Hey, let's go.
There you go. All right.
See, liquor cures all my problems.
So, as you guys are on the train, tending to your wounds, having a drink or whatnot, at some point during the trip, you guys would have noticed a woman who is dressed in black and veiled. Anytime that you see her, you see that she is clutching a silver locket and weeping.
I slide over to Delphine. Sugar, I gotta tell you something. I'm not really good with those who, express their emotions in a hard way. And I really feel like you are, so you might want to talk to her.
I would say Delphine's probably kind of like staring at their dagger in like awe, and she puts it away. She looks over at Evangeline and she's like, "You know what? I can appreciate your confidence. I will go ahead and take care of it."
Yeah,
Stand.
she's mostly just bothering me. It's making the booze real sad to hear her sob like that. And I just can't handle it in my current state.
I cannot blame you. I'm not going to judge in any way. I am, for whatever reason, totally fine. And that's maybe my own issues that I have to work through later, and we don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go check.
It's fine. Delphine, if you feel a certain way about what I just said, allow me to buy you a drink so you'll forget. Barkeep!
I'm not trying to forget anything. I am just saying that I realize that I am okay with this, and I'm not sure if I should be okay with it, and it's a whole thing. Personal issues. Don't worry about it, my dear. And like puts both hands on Evangeline's like cheeks and does like the like sisterly-ish, just like, I don't know, hands back and forth. You know what I mean? Of just like, I just squish your face. But like in a loving way. It's not violent, but it's definitely just like, why?
Evangeline just kind of takes the drink and like puts it between her cheek and Delphine's hand, and it's like, no honey, we need to clink our glasses for good luck in your endeavor, because if I went over there and tried to attend her, I can guarantee I would start the Second Great War.
I mean, just clink glasses to be like, if you insist, I understand your reasoning.
Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just gonna drink my wounds away.
You guys hear groaning, painful groaning coming from Archie's sleeping cabin.
I told him not to eat that shellfish. It smelled weird.
Well, you also have to remember there's still that peach cobbler in his pocket. And I don't even know how many
Oh my
steps
God,
ago he
yes.
got it.
It was in my gun holster for a while. Who knows what's in that cobbler? And he just ate it right up. Side of shrimp,
Oh my God.
quarter of cheese.
Not
was
even
eating
the
so
good
many
kind.
things.
There was blue cheese. You understand that in this day and age, blue cheese is a bit of a gamble.
That's the thing, honey. I don't think it was supposed to be blue cheese. I think that started its life as cheddar 8 years ago.
The wax must have had a crack in the ceiling. They just thought, why not?
You know what? Someone should invent a Food and Drug Administration to make sure people aren't poisoned by what they eat.
You know, that would be a very good idea. I wonder when something like that would ever come along.
You know what? Maybe we don't need to hunt scary things in the night. Maybe we should stop this and go petition our government for a more safe living experience for our fellow man.
Well, apparently it's already been around since 1906, so I guess we don't have to worry about that. We could just go and help.
I guess
The
it's
real-
back
Sorry, I had to look it up on
ghost
Google.
hunting then.
The FDA was founded on June 30th, 1906. Fun fact.
And it's 2024
God.
and it still hasn't become entirely effective.
So
I'm sorry.
true. Oh my
Did I
God.
lose hearing? I lost hearing.
Oh my God.
So
There it is.
There you are.
You missed my government assassin.
Fucking shit!
The real horrors are the things we eat along the way.
It got real silent, and I thought I killed the mood by looking up the date of the FDA, and I'm just like, oh, well.
So you guys hang out on the train. You guys are gonna get 2 points of sanity back.
No, wait,
yeah,
I thought
wait,
Delphine was
that's
gonna
right.
talk to the sad lady.
Oh, you
Yeah,
want?
I'm gonna talk to the sad lady.
Yeah, let's talk to the sad
Oh,
lady.
you're gonna lose all your sanity from that.
It doesn't matter, I have buckets. I have buckets of sanity. It is fine. Don't worry about it.
All right, so you approach, and as you are walking over to this woman, you see a middle-aged woman also like kind of approach and sit next to her, and she hands her a glass of water, which the woman who's mourning kind of like pushes away. Like she's not like, she doesn't want anything. She's kind of sitting there in her sadness.
Well, so Delphine would like approach and probably, I don't know, in my mind's eye, try to find like a seat next to, or maybe not even a seat, just like on the side, forming a triangle of women. The Illuma ladies. Sorry.
No, that was good. That was solid. I'll take it.
Trademarked right there.
Yep, trademarked Illuma ladies.
And look over kind of at the woman who is mourning with the locket. Just be like, I apologize to get involved in somewhere where I may not belong, but you appear to be having a hard time. Is there anything we may be able to do to help?
She sniffles and pauses her sobbing to look at you, who to her has just like appeared next to her out of thin air. So she jumps a little startled at first, but then relaxes and He says, no. I appreciate your concern. I'm terribly sorry. I was in Milan for a holiday to visit my family, but just learned yesterday that my father had suddenly passed away from pneumonia. So I'm making the trip back.
Yeah. Well, that is quite unfortunate. Is there anything you need on the journey there? Anything that could help it make it a little bit more comfortable?
No, I appreciate it, but I feel like this is about as comfortable as it'll get. It was so strange. He was he slipped into the canal and never recovered. I don't know how long he was in the water, but it must have been long enough for him to develop pneumonia.
How interesting. That is very unfortunate. Well, my condolences to your grief. I will allow you to be alone and I will not bother you anymore. It looks like you already have some assistance. Kind of motion to the other person who has been unacknowledged. That's the word. And kind of just dip out and just go back to her table that she was at. But taking note in her mind of like, well, with everything that we have dealt with so far, it wouldn't be out of the realm of belief that the waters are cursed. And where was the location again?
You guys are headed to Venice.
First waters in Venice. Okay.
Isn't that whole city water? It's the
Yes,
city
it
of
would be.
canals, right?
Yes, it is the city that is the floating city in a regard. However, I have a feeling that we don't want to ever leave the boats if we can help it. And hopefully it doesn't flood.
Well, I guess we can see if more people are sick, because I feel like a lot of people would fall or touch the water in the canals.
However, I don't know if somebody is removed from the water quickly. It seems a little extreme that they would develop pneumonia and pass away. You would assume people in Venice would be acclimated to, I don't know, getting wet?
Well, I don't know about that. In Louisiana, people should be acclimated to the heat, and yet they still die heat stroke occasionally.
I don't know. You could be correct, but I cannot help but feeling this is something we should at least take note of.
James, is there anything in particular that you're doing during the relatively short train ride to Venice? If I'm not mistaken, you have both of the simulacrum parts that you found so far in your possession.
We have totally, I remember very purposely making sure James took it because I would rather it all be pushed on one person.
I'm studying both the arm and the chest piece.
Okay. Yeah, so you see that there are like little there are spot holes in either side of where the shoulders would be for the torso, and obviously a couple for the legs and one for the head. And you can go ahead, you can piece the simulacrum together with just the torso and the arm, but it doesn't stay together. They just kind of like slide effortlessly in and out of place. Both of the simulacrum pieces, like I said, are made of like that bluish tinted marble. They both have the same kind of whirls and swirls and eldritch markings that you have seen so far in your journey.
I'm gonna check my chest
Yeah, so
because I know when I touch the other arm, when I touch the arm at the beginning,
Mhm.
shit happened to my arm. So I want to know if my chest is having the same reaction.
So what? So like you just like undo a couple buttons of your shirt and look down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you look down at your chest and you don't notice anything externally. Like you don't see any of the same like splotches, or you don't see any wounds that mysteriously appeared. You seem perfectly normal in the chest region so far. Having it in your possession for, I'd say, probably just over a day at this point, or just under a day at this point. You just between then and now, you've started to experience a little bit of fatigue. You're a little more tired than you have been feeling. But that's about it. You feel your chest feels a little heavier, but you don't see any external wounds or anything like that.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. God. Should we leave it with Archie? God. Nah, I'm just gonna keep a close eye on the two pieces. And I guess also Archie as well.
Okay. So you take the pieces and you kind of you tuck them underneath Archie's bed in his sleeper cabin. And the whole time you're in there, he seems to have developed some sort of like fever, and he's sweating a good bit. It's nothing that is life-threatening, but homie's definitely sick. And so while you're like just trying to tiptoe in and not wake him and slide these simulacrum pieces underneath his bed, while he's sleeping, it's just constant just groans and stuff like that. Just like he sounds like he's in at least a little bit of pain from whatever illness has taken him.
I'm just gonna pat his head and be like, stop eating everything. Stop going into random people's cupboards and pulling out food.
He doesn't he doesn't respond. He's kind of still in like that half sleep kind of mode. So he just responds with more groaning.
Does Archie have anything? I don't know if anyone else picked up anything, because I know the newest things we got were chest piece, dagger. I can't remember if there was anything else.
I don't think so. I don't think Archie picked up anything except for that that pot of soup from the one house, but I think he got rid of it after he threw up in it.
All right.
Accurate.
I'm just gonna hang out with the others then. Just leave Archie alone.
Actually, I think he threw it at James.
You did yeah, he threw it at James, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you tuck the simulacrum pieces under Archie's bed, and you leave, and you rejoin the others.
So anyway, Delphine, that's how you make the perfect mint julep.
Oh, I had no idea. That is incredible.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you so
all
much.
about the
Oh.
muddling. People don't know
Okay.
that. You gotta muddle properly. And
gotta-
I've just
oh.
taught you my family's secret technique for the perfect muddle.
And I will keep it to myself forever. I will not share it with anyone unless it is my own child, which I think will a little too far for that one, but it is fine. A story for another day.
I'm actually surprised in your line of work you don't have more cheerings running around.
Delphine's just gonna look like down and to the side.
Oof.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not good with those sensitive questions. Would you like more liquor?
You know, surprisingly, I am suddenly in the mood.
Barkeep, another round. Please, let us drink away this awkwardness.
So now Delphine and Evangeline are just getting shit pissed.
Well, Evangeline does every night, so this isn't new for her, but Delphine is joining her, which is new.
That's fair. That's fair.
Can't experience nightmares if you don't dream.
Haha.
So,
True.
so yeah, if there's nothing else that you guys would like to do during your train ride, we will go ahead and smash cut to when the train pulls in at St. Lucia Station. The train pulls in around 5:05 p.m. and it's already dark by the time you get there. Night has fallen a little earlier, which being still in the winter months, relatively normal. You hear distant bells tolling from many of the campanili. Give me listen rolls.
That's actually one that I haven't been
Success!
rolling that much. Ah, failure.
All right, so Delphine, you are the only one who kind of picks this out. Also, remember to mark the bubbles next to your successes for improvement later.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Delphine, you listen to these bells tolling from the moment that you pull into the station, and you are immediately reminisce of Dream Lausanne from the time your guys' time spent in that awkward, very surreal parallel world.
Something about this feels familiar. About the time we were in the painting, I think? Or something?
You mean that creepy-ass dream world that we were in? Where that horde of demons chased us?
I don't
And-
remember it as a horde of demons, but yes!
Well, I don't know, angels that were wrong? However you want to describe it. I mean, demons were just fallen angels anyway. It's basically the same thing. They had ill intent, I believe.
I mean, we did shoot one of their own, but we are not splitting hairs. That has hairs, whatever. That is neither here nor there.
Look,
It
I'm
just
just
feels
saying he
familiar.
started it. And I finished it, as I do.
Go ahead.
But wait, you think this situation reminds you of that? I'm getting back on the train.
Something Evangeline! No! Delphine's like reaching after Evangeline, just being, no, wait!
You
That
I'm not
made me
searching for
do
your.
this!
I'm not searching for your ghost boyfriend. I'm not doing that.
You
not
don't
searching
have
for-
any room to say after what you've done this past 3 days. You don't get a vote here.
Delphine's just pouting now, I guess.
Are we still after your ghost boyfriend? Didn't he like haunt your dreams for a while and then you were like, oh, maybe I don't like my ghost boyfriend anymore. And then yet we still continued on this crazy adventure where some of us may have killed semi-innocent people, Professor.
I really, at this rate, I don't even know anymore, but there's something going on. It's something to do. What would you be doing if you went home right now? I would
Being
probably be getting-
peaceful, not being chased by shape-shifting people who steal youth and voices from opera singers, not going into a crazy dream world where it's actually in the past and then the sky's like this freakish green color and then all these like not demon, not angel things are chasing us and there's like this witch down the alley. Did you forget all that's happened to us?
Well, then I envy your peace, because all of that sounds like a cakewalk with my friends, rather than being fucked by every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the town. So,
You would rather be eaten by demons than to do what you do. What?
yes! And we don't have to unpack that right now.
I feel like we kind of should, because I've offered you an out for a while now, and you don't ever seem to take me up on it.
Because I have a death wish, and it is fine. But we do not need to talk about that. We need to talk
Yeah.
about the fact that this city is cursed, and we
Honey,
are
It's
the only ones with
1923. We
information
all have a
anymore.
death wish. We are riddled with PTSD, and I'm pretty sure that pretty green wallpaper we have up is definitely killing us.
We are the only ones with any information. We are the only ones who know anything. If we don't say something, how many more people could die of pneumonia from falling into the water? You live in Louisiana. How many people maybe potentially accidentally slip into a swamp? They don't just die because of it.
Now they get eaten by the gators, as is the natural order of things.
Nibbles would never.
Okay.
Not yet.
Gotta
Well,
watch
when
out
you're
for
not
the
caught
teenage
into
rebellion
the
phase.
death roll,
Oh
it
my
just
God.
feels a little suspicious.
I'm just saying I already saved the world once.
Fine. 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 I do
No,
not have
it's
their
fine. It's
No,
fine.
that
Let's go
not
find your
oh,
gun.
no! The minute I
Because
give you this
Delphine wants us to
ground.
all die to demons.
Oh, just look at you. You always
Instead of staying at my nice summer home,
You're
eating
lucky you're cute.
peaches and drinking mint juleps. No, let's go find a ghost so it can, I don't know, possess us or murder us or steal our life away. Or whatever it's gonna do this time. It's always been crazy.
Look, I was willing to give in. I was willing to give in, and you are the one who decided not to. At this rate, it is no longer my fault. No.
I mean, you're not the only one with a death wish here. I just find my peace at the bottom of a bottle each night.
Valid.
So, as you guys pull into the station, you see a bunch of other passengers immediately start rummaging for their luggage. The woman that you spoke to, you see the older woman you assume to be her maid, leaves and comes back with all their collective luggage before making their way to the door to deboard.
You know, at this rate, it's not too late to just decide that we will enjoy Venice, move on, go to the next stop, and not worry about it. We are stuck here for a couple of days, so we might as well, you know, I don't know, see the sights?
I mean, is that an option? Or do
Is
we
it?
gotta go look up our local banshees?
We will see what the wheel of fate has in store for us. James, are you feeling like killing anyone today?
Let me think about that.
About it? You're supposed to give a definite no.
I'm more along the lines of let's not get into more trouble. Let's try to
You-
avoid it.
Alright, it looks like we are avoiding trouble in Venice. I want to ride on the canal! Let's go get the boat!
Wait a second, you just said that people who fall in the canal get pneumonia and die.
I
Yeah,
mean,
why do
if
you want to get on a boat?
Tread carefully! At this rate, I have decided, fuck it! I have my theories. I do not know for certain. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe that gentleman already had pneumonia, and it's just an unfortunate line of thread or whatever words to pull together. So who knows? We will never know unless it happens. And if you step carefully, you won't have him fall into the canal. You will just step from the I don't know, the side to the boat, and then from the boat to the side.
Don't we have a 52-page guide on like what's going on in Venice that we could probably consult so that we don't have to die to pneumonia?
You might.
Do you want to look at the guide? The traveler's, I think it's the traveler's companion.
Wow, what an interesting suggestion. Maybe we should do that. Wait, okay, we're in Italy, I think. Hang on, this thing is actually 52 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Italy, there we
Okay.
go.
Where were we
I'm
just
gonna pull it
at?
up myself.
Milan.
Okay, we were just at Milan. This one's Milan. Venice. Okay. Apparently, there's another opera house, but we might have PTSD from that particular endeavor.
Great. The Grand Canal. Let's. Woohoo.
Well, yeah, that's the one that if we fall in, we might die. Maybe. I don't know.
Piazza San Marco.
Okay, let's see here.
For like the first time in the campaign, the characters are opening up the brochure.
I look at the brochure every time.
Never mind, I take that back.
Me and Archie, we go through it and we highlight the stuff we want, and then you two drag us on a weird adventure. And I'm using the term adventure loosely.
I don't know how I feel about being dragged into you two. I just go with the flow of life. I thought that is what you wanted. I don't know what I
You're
want.
the one that dragged me here because you had a weird ghost boyfriend experience.
Yes, and at this rate, I've seen weirder things, and I am no longer traumatized, I guess. What is traumatized? Once you've seen one dead body, I guess you've seen them all.
You really haven't, and I don't want to discuss that. But anyway, yeah. I was like, Delphine, we should backpack across Europe. And you're like, I have this experience where this dude died and I stole his journal. And then I had this ghost boyfriend dream. Let's go on this adventure. And I'm like, really? And you're like, really? So now we're here.
And at this rate, if you would like to back out and you would like to head home, I will not stop you.
I really think you might die without me.
And if I do?
Well, then who's gonna keep me company on my trip backpacking across Europe?
I see. Okay, so I'm just, helpful and I'm not going to complain. I enjoy it. I will take it.
Look, you know I have the emotional bandwidth of a gerbil. I'm not really sure what you want me to give you here.
I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to give.
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me?
I don't know, a friendship, I guess?
All right, then here it is. I'm just willful.
Anyway, let's consult the guide on what we should do.
Well, there's the Pizza San Marco.
Apparently, there's a
No, one true
basilica
spoon.
that holds the mummified body of its namesake, Saint Mark's. Wow.
Should
sounds
we
like
go
fun.
check it out?
Of course it would sound like fun to you, Professor.
He's already dead, so I can't do anything else.
Yeah, but you got like a weird thing going on too, and I don't trust you either. Let's see here. Apparently you can autograph the golden skins of the 4 horses of Constantinople.
What the fuck? That sounds like something beyond my understanding. We could just go to the town square. Start there. Or we can go to the Doge's palace. Is that Doge? That's not
look.
Doge.
The mummy is encrusted with pearls, garnets, amethysts, sapphires, emeralds, rubies, balas rubies, topazes, and 2 cameos. How absolutely bougie.
That sounds like something very much connected to whatever it is we have been around. So we could either purposely avoid it, or we could go running in headfirst.
Well, there's a library.
Ooh, that sounds fun. We haven't gone to a library in a while.
What do you mean we haven't gone to a library in a while? I was just at the library 5
Yeah,
days ago.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah.
no, you can't. Yeah, me, Professor. You and I went to the police station. It caused problems. So we have not been to a library. Finger in
No,
face.
I think I have been
Pointing.
to the library.
Alright, fine. It's fine. Whatever. I'm the only uneducated asshole here. I want to go shopping.
So, I'm trying to find where the heck we are according to like the picture map.
Train station?
Yeah, where the frick?
I don't think the train station is listed on the map itself.
Because I see it in like very. Oh God, I don't know why they fucking did this. It's light on light. It's to the left above E Freri. So I guess.
Oh yeah, to Venice station. Yeah. So you guys are kind of in the northwestern corner of the map, essentially.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go to the hotel.
Oh, that's maybe a good idea to start.
I have some
Oh,
baggage
wow.
to drop off, and I just poke Archie really hard.
Archie, still half out of it, just groans in response, and kind of like where you poke him, you see him just kind of like curl up around that area, like very
Eventually,
slow,
no,
like you
I'm
took a slow
dying.
motion punch, and he's just.
I told you to stop putting weird things in your mouth. All right, let's go.
Can't help it.
You too, Delphine. You too.
Hey, I didn't say it in a French accent.
So,
It does not Delphine.
so you guys gather up your belongings, you gather up Archie, and you also make your way off the train. As you step off the platform, you see that porters from all major hotels are at the station. They're eagerly awaiting custom during the off-season winter months, which it's not terribly cold right now, but it's like a kind of warmer winter night. So you see all of these different porters who are standing around and collecting bags from other people to put them onto some of the gondolas or some of the carriages that would go along the side.
Are there any porters not being engaged? Like, people are actively avoiding them?
Not that nobody's really actively avoiding any of the porters. You'll see some of them step to some passengers and offer to, like, basically advertise their hotel. And then they would just kind of like wave their hand as if like to say like, oh no thanks, we can find our own way and such like that. You don't see anybody acting like weirdly avoidant of the porters.
Do any of the porters look suspicious?
Give me psychology.
Because we just had an instance where somebody was kidnapped off of the train station. Oh, I'm not good at psychology. I'm just paranoid. Yeah, I am cursed by the dice gods today.
Yeah, no, they all seem, from what you can tell, they're strictly business.
Well, what do you think, Delphine?
I would also like to just take a quick vibe check.
Yeah, give me that vibe check.
I would also like to do that.
Give
as
me
well.
vibe checks. That's a hard success for Delphine.
Delphine hits the gritty, but it doesn't exist yet.
You invent the gritty. It's fine. This
Nah,
is
you
an
hit the
alternate
Charleston.
timeline.
It's better.
Yes, I do hit the. Wait. I hate that the gritty is basically the Charleston of the 2020, but we're not going to talk about it.
Oh my god, it is though. It really
I work
is.
with children, and the amount of times that I'll be sitting with the door open and they just walk up the stairs and they just start doing the gritty, and I'm like, all right, cool. Why?
Can
Now
you
you
just
can-
imagine, like, back in the day, like young kids are like hitting the Charleston, and you see some older folk going, these damn kids and their dance crazes.
Oh, shit.
These damn
Next
kids
time-
and their silent film memes.
I hate to realize that's because I also realized a lot of the language is the same thing as when we did like OMG and LMFAO, like super hard.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, enough with the derailing.
Please, all of my tabletop sessions are practically built on derailing.
Forgotten.
We
Next-
literally derailed like the last session.
Forgotten. Next time your kids hit the gritty, just be like, "Nice Charleston," and then
Oh.
walk away.
Yes.
Just fucking hit them with the Charleston. Remind them of what. Remind them of what had to walk so they could run.
No, you're
Oh my
rude.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. So Delphine, you scan all of these porters to try to get a vibe on them. Like I said, a lot of them are very strictly business. They've done this so many times they've lost count. You see one who, it must be like their first day doing this or something, because they're very nervous. They're hardly approaching any of the passengers to advertise their hotel and offer to take their bags. He's kind of like being a little distant and not really engaging with anybody, but it's nothing malicious. He's just nervous as hell. But I will let you know that you notice with the woman that you had spoken to earlier, you see that as her and her maid leave the start to walk off the platform, that 6 men approach her. You see that most of them are heavily built thugs. They kind of look like military men, but they're wearing these nice black shirts, and they're led by a pudgy bureaucrat looking fella in a suit. And as you're watching this happen, you see the bureaucrat murmurs something. You can't really hear what they're saying unless you want to give me a listen roll.
I will 100% give you a listen roll. Hey,
Damn.
yo.
Oh
Delphine
damn.
is rolling rocks tonight. With an extreme success, you pick up that as the bureaucrat walks over and kind of like leads these other 5 men towards this woman, you hear him mutter very kind of quietly. You hear him muttering endearments and condolences, and he says, "Come with me, madam. We have a launch here to take you to your home."
Okay. So they're basically like the attendants, essentially taking her to wherever her father passed away.
And with your hard success in psychology, you read this woman's body language, and she's not 100% willing to go. But you see she kind of like lowers her head and like begins to follow them. Give me spot hidden, and anybody can do this.
All right. Where is it? There it is.
Jesus. Delphine's
I'll just
OP,
gonna let
please
you
nerf.
guys do the campaign. I clearly can't roll anything.
Yeah, DM, I think she's got a loaded rolls.
Shut up! No. And this doesn't happen often. Stop it! I fail my rolls so often. Let me be successful.
Delphine stole all my luck tonight.
Delphine knows someone at roll 20.
My dad works at Roll20. So Delphine and James, you guys notice just kind of off and a little bit away from where this is all happening with the woman and the 6 men, you guys see another fella, handsome young man, who appears to be seething from a distance, watching the same thing that you guys are watching. The group gets to where the motor launch is, and you see that the men start to walk on, but before she can cross over onto the boat itself, you see that she stops and she kind of like takes a small step back. The men see this and they're not acting aggressively, but they do approach her and like try to coax her into coming. And that's when you see the young man who is kind of off to the side rush over to kind of defend her.
And I think in this moment, for once, Delphine's quick thinking is going to kick in. She's going to reach over to Evangeline and like pluck her handkerchief away, assuming she has one, and start running up to the grieving woman and just be like, "Oh my dear madame, it seems you forgot this on the train." Holding up the handkerchief.
James,
reason to
Evangeline, do you
also-
guys follow?
Sure.
What about you, James?
I'm gonna be a few paces back, but I'm still following.
Okay. So, Delphine, since you're leading the charge, as you get closer, you see this woman talking to the young man who is visibly angry, and you see that the 5 men in the black shirts are getting also a little irritated themselves. The woman goes, "Giorgio, please don't get involved. It's fine, really. I'm just, it's my father, and I'm just dealing with a little bit right now." But the man takes another step towards her and goes, "Listen, you do not have to go with them if you do not want to. I can escort you myself. You don't need these brutes taking you with them." And at that, you see that the 5 black-shirted men actually begin to cross over the threshold and back onto the this side of the canal to approach this young man. As she looks around, the woman, she looks behind and like around and actually sees the 3 of you approaching, and she gestures like with her eyes, like, you know, like, "Please help."
Yeah, which is why Delphine is running up. It does like the woman I speak of like, "Okay, I am here. I help. I protect. You said please help with your eyes. I read. I see."
I failed
Secret.
all my rolls, so I have no idea what's going on right now.
So
Do I see them have a gun? Any of them have any weapons or anything, or are they just unarmed?
you see that give me spot hidden, actually. Or wait, you gave me a spot hidden. I'm just going to use your hard success from that. You see that some of the men have begun to reach for small knives, and you also see that this Giorgio character, you're able to make out the outline of a revolver that is tucked in the waist of his pants. But
Damn.
as you guys are approaching, and Giorgio looks to the woman to see what she's looking at, he spots you guys, and you see him just vanish. Like he just kind of turns and runs. And at this, you see the pudgy bureaucrat fella kind of scowl and then look to the 3 of you. He steps forward off of the boat and in your guys' direction, and he says, "Your passports, please."
We have those?
Oh yeah, you guys would have passports.
Okay.
Wait, do we even know this bureaucrat?
Not
No,
yet.
that's true.
Hmm.
Well, I'm not giving a stranger my passport. I don't
Yes,
even know what's going on here. We just walked over here.
Well, that's because my new friend here forgot her handkerchief on the train. I was not trying to get through customs. I was just attempting to make sure that the mademoiselle here was taken care of. I apologize. Have I interrupted something important?
The woman look kind. You see her kind of breathe a sigh of relief, and she turns to the bureaucrat and says, "Yes, these are my new friends. Apparently, they're distant relatives of my mother, and they have come to also pay respects to my father. They have kindly offered to take me to my home personally, if you hadn't shown up, correct?" And she just kind of looks back to the three of you.
Delphine is gonna throw herself over the grieving woman, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, can you believe when I found out about my great grandmama's uncle when he passed away? It was too much to bear. Our family has gotten so small lately. There's very few of us that are alive anymore. Oh, I am so sorry. It is a situation."
Give me fast talk.
Yes. Oh no. Damn it! Wait, I'm pushing it.
Okay.
No, not pushing. Luck.
Luck? Okay.
I'm spending the luck.
All right, that's 9 points of luck.
Okay, so I gotta take what I've got.
I'm just gonna look at the bureaucrat and be like, we all grieve in different ways.
All right, and also mark the bubble next to fast talk. You see this man kind of look at the three of you, and he's not bothering to cover his slight annoyance at what is happening. So he simply turns back to the woman and says, "Very well, I will see you at a later time then." And him and his cronies step back onto the boat, and then the boat launches. As they get a good distance away, the woman turns back to the three of you and says, "Oh, thank you. I really didn't want to deal with them right at the moment."
Are you in jail? Oh, nope.
No,
Dyna?
no, that's fine. I was just gonna ask who they were.
I was going to ask the same thing. Are you in danger? Are they after you? Are you okay?
I'm fine. He is a he's a high-ranking member of the fascist party, and he knew my father well, and so therefore by proxy knew me, and ever since he's been pining after me for a while now, and I've just never given him the time of day.
Delphine's gonna like lightly gag a little bit and just like at the word pining, just be like, eh. I apologize. It is not the most pleasant experience to have unwanted advances. Where do you live? I assume at this rate we might as well escort you to your home.
Yes, it's just a little ways into the city. It won't be too far from here.
Can we walk? Do we need to like hail a cab?
Walking would take a little while. We can take a gondola if you would like. It would cut down on the time needed to get there. It's not a very far trek if we chose to stay off the canal.
Delphine would look at Evangeline and James like, should we just call a gondola? Huh?
You are so intent on falling in that water. I cannot even with you. Sure, let us ride the murder water.
I told you it was just a theory.
Yeah, but look at what happened. We just came from the thorn arm thingy, and there was all that death, and then now it's the torso thing, and voices are just being thieved away. It's murder water is actually the most mundane thing you've suggested.
Delphine's gonna look like this weird mix of put off but also proud of herself, of like, what you said was cutting, but also I'm not mad about it.
What can I say? I have a way with words.
So the woman, you see her flag down one of the gondola operators, and she pays the fare in advance, and steps on and motions for you to follow.
Follow, no problem.
Does it look safe?
Yeah, it's your standard issue gondola. Let me see. There was something about the gondolas actually in here. Painted black, equivalent of like a water taxi, 32 foot by 5 foot, in a curtained cabin for the comfort of passengers. This one's a little bit smaller than most, so it'll seat you guys perfectly fine, but that's about it.
Great. Well, I'll get into the gondola. I'm not happy about it.
I'm
I'll
not
get
happy
in.
about it either.
I'm not happy I'm squeezed into a small space with you again. This is a new layer of frosting of PTSD upon my already thick layer of PTSD.
I'm sorry, Evangeline.
But you guys all board the gondola. You're seated inside of the little cabin as it were, and the gondolier pushes off, and you guys are now heading down the. We drag us there. There we are.
Can I just say, I can't believe we got into a strange vehicle with a lady we hardly know after all we've experienced.
Hey, we're helping her out because she needed help, clearly, and I spotted the signs of a woman in distress. It's Woman's History Month, Dyna! No.
We just got through rescuing a woman. Our rescue woman quota is full. We do not need to rescue another woman for another month.
Oh yeah, so much for women's rights, Evangeline.
Yeah, equality. Now we have to go rescue a man, okay? Equal rights.
So much.
Jeez. So the gondola ride to her home is actually only about like 25 minutes to half an hour. So as you guys are heading down the Grand Canal, you learn that this woman's name is Maria Stagliani, and that again, the bureaucrat that she was talking about making the advances and stuff is Alberto Rossini. And then the Giorgio fella is you learn that she is actually very much in love with him. They have an existing relationship. However, it's not very widely known about. So
Is he the one who ran away?
yeah, he's the one who
A handsome young man.
Yeah, he's the one who when they were trying to get her onto the boat, he ran to her defense.
But then ran away when things got tough.
Well, ran away when you guys showed up.
Honey, I think we need to talk about your choice in man.
she looks to you and says, "Oh, it's. Listen, I would have rather him ran away at that moment because I knew the black shirts were going to eventually drag him off, beat him up, and dump him in a canal. So I would rather him follow that than, you know, the grisly alternative, as it were."
Wait, so you're okay with us getting dragged off, beat up, and thrown into a canal? I'll have my eye on you, miss.
I will say it is likely the fact that it was a woman who ran up and offered the help. That is something I would like to call pussy privilege.
What, like a cat?
Yes. We'll go with that.
Oh, God. A lot of good little clippable moments so far. Pussy privilege, the Charleston. We're hitting our meme quota pretty good so far.
Okay, but you guys, like, that one was fucking set up.
That
It was
was-
so good, and I didn't think I would get to use it, and it came up, so I used it.
God damn it.
So, after talking about Giorgio, she then goes into her loathing of Alberto, him being 40, which she's only 23 herself, and he seems to be, from all accounts that she has noticed and from what she has heard from others, very prone to anger. He's kind of a sleazy sort, and his breath stinks. She just kind of throws that out there as one of the reasons why she doesn't really, like, whenever he would make his advances on her, she would just shut that shit down. By the time you guys end up reaching her door, you see that her anger from talking about Alberto begins to kind of fade into tears for her father and for herself. And by the time the gondola reaches the edge of the canal, she quickly grabs her things and turns to you and says, "Thank you again for escorting me home. I must go." And very quickly just kind of gets off the gondola and rushes to her door.
Well, how rude. She didn't even invite us in.
Yeah, I don't want to follow someone who does not want to be followed. Apparently the hotel is on the Grand Canal. We can continue.
No, wait a second.
Right, okay, no?
Wait a dang tick. Alright? That was really weird. Because she's a woman of breeding, correct?
Yes, but I thought you didn't want to get involved. Sly smile on Delphine's face.
I would like to get involved in the slight that I have been experiencing right now as also a woman of means, because she should have invited us in as per protocol, and yet she just dumped us as if we were some back alley garbage. That's more weird than you running up to some stranger and sticking your nose in their business.
It was not some stranger. You are the one who asked me to talk to her first. However, I am with it.
On the train, because she was bothering me.
She looked so concerned with the men that were just leering.
Right.
And
She was really
Lelia.
concerned about those men. She said that they were like a problem. Why would she not want us to come in with her? And why wouldn't she invite us to at least have a cup of coffee to get settled? She doesn't know who's in that house. That's her dad's house. That's really suspicious, if you ask me.
It
I
is
agree.
understood. Delphine's gonna grab Evangeline's hand. That means we follow. And pulls Evangeline off the.
While you're reaching down to pull Evangeline, the gondolier kind of like leans down from his post atop the back of the gondola and he says, I the lady has given me payment in order to give you a ride to the whichever hotel you will be staying at. If you would like to continue on, otherwise you can get off here if you'd like. It's also fine. The nearest hotel is just down the way.
Well, I apologize for bothering you, kind sir. However, we want to make sure that the lady makes it to her front door, okay? And makes it inside safely. Because at this rate, you never know who may be moving hands, like, in, like, a creeping motion of just, like, whoever may be creeping about.
Yeah,
I do have a question.
where the gondola actually pulled off the side of the canal, it was practically like at her doorstep. Like her house is like right there on the canal. So you guys would have been able to see her get to her door and open it and go inside.
Oh, okay.
Does it look like there's any servants or things already there?
Standing outside the house, no. But you can see through a couple of the windows that have not had the curtains drawn over them yet. You can see that there are a couple servants inside who, as soon as she makes her way into the door, they take her luggage and her coat.
All right, let's just go to the hotel and put Archie away. She's just rude.
I guess, like, the cat eye face, and Delphine just goes back into the gondola and lets go of Evangeline's hand and is like, okay.
You can go spy on her later. We have the whole night.
We do? The day is young!
Also, if you wanted to, you could probably crash the funeral.
I don't want to crash anything. I don't want to traumatize the poor thing, Father.
You don't want
However-
to go to your grandmama's funeral?
Okay, it is my grandmama's uncle, which honestly,
You don't
if you
want to
think
go
about
to
their
your
birthday, it's nothing
grandmama's
black.
uncle's funeral? We
It
have
makes
to be
no
seen there
sense.
grieving.
Ah, fuck. Hudson mods. You're right! Okay, alright, well, let's go to the hotel. I have to look, Flip's hair. Dashing.
All right. So you make your way to the hotel, which is just on the other side of the Piazza San Marco. You step out and you see this hotel is, for it being near the Piazza San Marco, it's pretty extravagant, actually. It's probably the nicest hotel you've stayed in so far.
Finally,
Oh.
up to my standards.
As you approach the doors, you see multiple bellhops come out to retrieve your bags for you, and one of them, who kind of gets there last and realizes that there's no luggage for him to carry, just kind of looks over at Archie, and then looks back to the three of you, and then back to Archie.
I just hand him Archie.
Yeah, just like, meh.
But I hand Archie as if he's like a pocket pooch. Like one of those dogs that you keep in a handbag.
Yeah.
God. Oh my god.
The bellhop looks a little confused, and he accepts Archie from you, and then feeling how light he is, like, oh, okay. And then
I tip him as I do it.
all right.
Just make sure he doesn't die on the way.
He gives an amused nod and follows the other bellhops who have your luggage. You make your way into the lobby and up to the front counter. Again, the inside of this place is extremely gorgeous. Very, very much up to Delphine's or Evangeline's standards. How many rooms are you guys getting?
I'm getting my own room.
I
or
have
no, I'll share a room
no
with
money.
Archie.
Are you guys gonna try for? You guys are gonna do the same kind of layout that you guys have been, the connecting rooms?
I don't want my room connecting to James's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm broke. I can't stay here, so I'm just like along for the ride at the moment.
Oh, come on, you can sleep on my rug.
I will.
All right. And yeah, and James, you're able to afford your hotel here as well. It's a little bit pricier than what you normally would stay in back in the States, but it's totally doable.
Hey, the college is paying for it.
Yeah. So you guys make your way up. Your rooms are actually separated by a room in the middle as you make your way onto the third floor of this hotel.
That's still too close for my taste, but sure.
All right, so you guys get into your hotel rooms. Evangeline, where are you dumping Archie?
Directly on the bed.
All
I'm
right.
not a monster. Wait, is he throwing up? If he's thrown up, he's going in the bathtub.
He
If
hasn't
he's
thrown
not,
up.
he's
He hasn't
going in
thrown
the
up
bed.
yet that you've noticed. He hasn't thrown up on the train or anything. He's just kind of been in like a cold sweat and very, very achy.
All right, he can go on the bed.
All right. And as the four of you settle into your rooms and such, is there anything you guys would like to do before night falls and you guys take your rest?
Did we need to go shopping or anything? Well, I don't know. There's nothing to do here except somebody died of pneumonia.
And we're at the Gritty Palace Hotel, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I would assume it's walkable to the piazza. That's where the shopping is. There's also a restaurant for food. I did definitely look up where the food was.
Well, if you want to buy souvenirs for your ghost boyfriend adventure, I suppose we could go down and get you something.
I'm going to be honest, I want to go to the restaurant. I want food. I am hungry.
We just ate on the. All right. Just don't end up like Archie.
I'm not going to keep it in my pockets.
Honestly, I think it was because he ate food that wasn't in his pockets.
Oh no.
He needs that extra lint, that fiber to digest.
All right, so you guys are gonna go out and go ahead and hit up a restaurant and check, kind of just get your bearings about the city, or at least the immediate area.
Yeah, is there any
Yeah.
like newspapers, like local news that mentions any weird deaths?
No, you pick up a newspaper which was already actually at your hotel room, and as you sift through it looking for any sort of supernatural occurrences or murders, you come up empty-handed. There seems to have not been anything outside of the norm happen here.
Is there a gossip column?
love it.
I don't know about gossip, but there is like a piece of the newspaper more towards the back where people just write in, and a lot of the stories are not very interesting. Some of them, a lot of them are just talking about like, oh, it's like I found this this tucked away restaurant and you really got to try this dish if you go there, and somebody else talking about this massive fish that they caught, but the dimensions of said fish are a little unbelievable.
Is there any news or gossip about Alberto Rossini, the bureaucrat guy? Is
No.
he in the singles page?
No, he is not in the singles
I
page.
would love that.
You don't find anything about Rossini in the newspaper.
What are the current events? What does the city consider news right now?
And actually, I don't have anything immediately pulled up for it. Like that would be like historically accurate.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't make you get historically accurate if it's not available in the resources. It's not available in the resources.
Yeah,
I will
but
drink my coffee.
from all intents and purposes, the newspaper is pretty unremarkable with anything that would be of remote interest.
And I guess there's not an obituary for that guy that died, right?
Not yet, because I reckon the death only happened very, very recently, so it probably hasn't made it to the papers yet if there was.
But then if it only happened recently, how did the daughter know? Because she had to travel all the way on train, and it's not like it's quick to get information in this day and age. I mean, I guess a
Except in.
telegram, but still.
No, you never asked. But you could probably assume telegram.
So
name is
telegram,
Maria.
and then like 3-4 days travel. I guess we don't know where she came from. But
It
had
wasn't
to-
even that long. I think it was like just like less than a day, if not like a little over. So you guys, it wasn't that long of a train ride, really.
Sorry, I'm peeking into things that probably were not meant to be peeked into.
But yeah, so yeah, you guys, the Traveler's Companion, as you guys were reading it, mentions some really good restaurants. There's one that's inside the Piazza San Marco.
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about.
Oh, sure. And so, Delphine, how about some small talk? How are things?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Wrong accent. I was looking at my VTuber. That's my VTuber accent. So, Delphine, how are things, honey?
I wouldn't even really begin to comprehend where things are at this rate. I am just now in a journey of self-discovery. We are just going to see what happens. And if you would like to jump off this ship, I understand. We're just seeing what happens. That is what it is. I don't know what we're doing anymore.
I honestly don't know what we're doing either, but you seem to be on a track to do something. And I am here for you.
That feels like an awful lot of responsibility. I don't know what my own reasons are, let alone if my reasons are good enough to be yours as well.
Well, I fought in the war so that we women would have the right to vote. It is connected in a long story, historically accurate, look it up. But I guess I'm just gonna fight for your right to apparently leave your career choice you don't like and find your ghost boyfriend. For
I'm not even looking for a ghost boyfriend anymore.
that means, because we're pretty sure like who killed that John of yours, right?
At this rate, he was just a man. He was just a man who was caught up in something much larger than himself, and I am just a woman who is caught up in something much larger than herself. And I'm just going to ride that wave and see where it ends, rather than bailing out.
Well, what's your end game?
I don't know. And I'm okay with that.
Well, I'm assuming after all of this, presuming we do not die in a terrible way, which is the more likely scenario, but presuming we don't, what's your end game after this?
I will see when I get there. Who knows? Maybe something will catch my eye and I will have to follow that next star until I die. I really don't have much longer in this world, I don't think. And I'm too old to have children, or at least to live through it. And I don't know if I want to die for a child. So I will go ahead and take things as they come.
Well, I guess shine bright, little star, until you burn out. I don't really have much advice to give you. I'm like 19.
Right? No, like Delphine's just like, I'm 30. I'm considered an old maid at this point. I got gray hair. It's too late for me. You live your life. Don't live your life for me. It's not worth it.
Oh no, I'll ruin my life. That war was intense. I'm just gonna suffer with it for like a while, and then I will probably die some way by either your ghost boyfriend or perhaps mine own hand. It is unclear at this point.
Delphine just pats Evangeline's head while she's going on. It's like, it's okay. You're still young. You have years to forget, and then once you do, you can say, fuck it! My trauma does not build me, it does not shape who I am, it is just a simple piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, but
You are
what
much
do-
more complicated.
What do I have to go back to? Probably an arranged marriage by my dad.
Then don't go back!
But I like money.
Do whatever you want.
I
will
want
build a
money.
hotel. Alright, well
I
then.
want to live luxuriously.
If your husband, if it is a political marriage, then open it up. Just be
Honestly.
married on the outside, let him fuck around on the sides. As long as you bear a child for the sake of the faces, you can do whatever you want on the side.
I
Raise
don't-
them to be the strongest one of them all.
I don't
raise
want to
them
have
to
a
break
child.
Then don't! Do whatever you want. It is your life to live.
I don't think my dad would care as long as I married someone. He just looks at me and is like, Evangeline, please do something womanly for once.
Well,
I
then just
wore a
marry
dress.
Archie.
I don't know what else he wants from me.
You could just marry Archie. You can drag him anywhere you want to go. And then there you go. You can live your life for yourself, and Archie will just do what Archie does. And it
Well,
would
if
be
I
an
marry
understanding.
Archie, he's in charge of my money, and I do not want that.
Well, I figured there would be an understanding that you are still in charge of the money. That's what I'm saying, is arrange a marriage for yourself in which you have the upper hand.
Never trust a con man.
I mean, we could just run away together.
We could be roommates.
We could be roommates.
And
Oh my
they were
god, they were
roommates.
roommates. Yes, Javi and I were on the same brainwave.
I think we were all the same brain.
That was the joke we were making over here.
Oh god, good. Our brain cells have all linked up.
The
How many
cake
memes is
just
this?
implodes.
Oh, we've gotten a handful in already.
I think we need another handful.
Yeah, easily.
See, I told you last time I was just sick with COVID. Now we'll get the zingers back. It's fine.
Yeah, so the two of you have a nice meal. You do a little bit of immediate sightseeing. James, is there anything that you would like to do before the next day comes?
I'm going to the academia.
Okay. Around this time, when you guys would have gotten settled in your hotel rooms and such, I'd say it's probably closer to 7 o'clock at night. So where in specific are you heading? Are you heading to the library?
God, what was it? I know it's across from the Gritty Hotel. Where is it? I'm pulling up the map.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's just called the Academia, so I don't know if it's more than just a library or what.
It has a library, but it's mostly like a local college, if you want to think about it in that sense.
Okay, 2 for 1.
Yeah. If you, so yeah, you can absolutely make your way over there. Most of the buildings as you arrive, are closed and locked up for the night.
Mhm.
Is there anything in specific that you're looking for?
I want to see if there's any posters, any propaganda.
Oh yeah, you have posters and propaganda from both sides of the political spectrum here in Venice, which is essentially the fascist party and the communists that are starting to speak out against the fascist regime. That's kind of the bulk of it. The posters for the fascists are mostly like recruiting for the military, and the communist posters are essentially what you would expect on a poster raising awareness of the ideals of communism.
Any graffiti propaganda?
Not so much. It's relatively clean as far as graffiti goes around here.
Okay.
Was there anything else that you were wanting to check out?
Let's see. Trying to think. I guess nothing while going to the university/library.
So I would say at some point during the night, you guys all make your way back to your hotels, and you get a restful night's sleep. So everybody will get a hit point back.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Archie doesn't get blankets or pillows. Delphine takes them. It's just like, you took my bed, I take your comfort towel. And uses it to sleep on the rug to
Then
build a little
Evangeline
nest.
takes the blankets and pillows because she paid for the room and is like,
Damn it.
all right, everybody. I keep using my VTuber voice because I'm looking at my avatar. I'm like, yeah, y'all can get on this bed and we can all share, but I get the majority of the real estate here, as my coin has purchased it.
All right,
And
fine.
then-
I guess they are all sharing a bed together.
Yeah, we're all spooning. Evangeline is in the middle.
All right. So night falls, the sun rises. As you guys awaken, there is a light knock at your door, and you hear what sounds like a stack of papers falling just outside your door before footsteps lead away.
I peek out.
There's nobody there, but there is a fresh newspaper.
I take it. Is it weird in any way?
No, for the most part, it is relatively, once again, tame. You do come across an article that mentions the death of Milan businessman Arturo Faccia.
What?
Oh, that must be the lady's name that we never asked because none of us cared.
No, we had her name. Maria Stagnoli, Alberto Rossini. So Faccia hasn't come up yet, so I assume that's Maria's.
Oh,
Father?
okay. It was just me that didn't care.
You will. It's probably in our. It's probably in our things here, huh?
Well, I don't see it. Did you give it to us?
I clicked show to players, but essentially it just it goes over how he was murdered, and his mutilated body was discovered late yesterday by workmen on the roof of the cathedral.
I have them on one handout. Yeah, I don't
Was
think I have it.
Arturo Faccia.
Oh, Milan handout number 5? No, I only have Milan handout 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, same.
Try again here.
No, not over there.
Yeah.
If it's not showing up, I'll send it to you guys later.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
yeah.
I don't think.
All right, so you guys wake up. There is the report about Faccia, dead, murdered. And like I said, everything else about the newspaper is essentially kind of ordinary.
Wait, he's been murdered? Delphine, didn't you say that
Oh,
she
no,
said
that
that he
was-
was...
Died of pneumonia. So wait. Wait. Are Arturo Faucia and Alberto Rossini, they're two different people,
Correct.
right?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is not the same person. I apologize. I misunderstood the names. My bad.
How would you guys like to kick off your day?
How did it say that the person was murdered?
Pull back up. A mutilated body was discovered late yesterday by workmen on the roof of our cathedral. An official at the diocese stated it is impossible for anyone to get up there at night. This is the devil's work. Milan police would not describe the wounds sustained, repeating merely that they seem to be the work of a deranged degenerate. Residents of the city are warned to exercise caution at night.
Well, there's
So
your
it-
weird thing, Delphine.
I don't. Yeah, why am I the one that suddenly has this thing? It's so much pressure. I just wanted to make sure that the lady with the locket was fine.
You're also the one that said this place reminded you of that weird timey-wimey dream world we went through. And you know what was there? Those flying angel devil things.
That's fair. Well, you know, when you speak of angels and devils, maybe we should check out the cathedral. That's where he was found dead, wasn't it not?
This was back in Milan. The only
Oh,
reason why
back in
this is
Milan.
the only reason why it reached Venice is because Faccia was a noted businessman.
Oh,
Ah.
and we were just at Milan.
Yeah.
Wait, so then was Fatio maybe one of the ones who stole the use and the voice of your little ingenue?
Perhaps. I will admit my notes for that session are light. Do you think it was the person that I killed? That wasn't a person no more?
Is that old man? Yeah. Or yeah.
But how would his body get on the cathedral roof?
It was staged.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it could
by
be the
who?
giant flying demon things.
But
the
by
prince?
who? Why would anyone want to stage on our behalf?
Was it on our behalf or was it in order to cover up what he had actually become?
Did James ever tell us about the person that he encountered that gave him the scroll
Nope.
thing?
Nope. James never said a thing.
Great, it's so helpful. Then I guess I just know
I
nothing.
agree.
But we still have that scroll, right? I only threw out the false one.
Mhm.
And then someone grabbed it.
Yeah.
What was it called?
It was essentially the scroll of how the simulacrum is to be pieced together. Essentially, it wasn't anything that was like a spell or something like that. It was more or less like the history of it.
Right. I'm just trying to find that document. God, which one was it?
There we go. If you don't have
Was
that,
it,
if you don't have that right now, I'll send it to you guys in DMs later.
It wasn't Wellington's letter, right?
No,
No.
Was it Beto's notes? No? No. That was different.
Damn.
I'll send it to you guys in Discord later. Once I have a moment to grab it.
Okay.
But yeah, so it is the beginning of your first full day in Venice. Is there anything that you guys would like to do during the morning?
Well, we could, Oh, what's the thing? What's the role you can do? Is it...
Oh, the idea roll?
Yeah. Which one do I roll for an idea roll again?
I believe it is your...
Intelligence?
I think it's your intelligence, yes.
What's a
Alright.
good idea?
I pinned the messages that were way up there, and I think those might be the ones that you guys were looking for.
Hard success. So, at the moment, you guys don't have any, like, pressing, issues to handle, outside of searching for, potentially another simulacrum piece. So, Delphine would probably have the idea to maybe start checking the libraries, primarily the Biblioteca Marciana.
Well, we might as well go back and hit the books again. I don't know why, but it seems to always be a good idea to start there.
Your wish is my
Biblioteca.
command, I guess.
Unless you want to do something else.
I just don't know why we always have to spend our vacations at the library, but let's go learn knowledge.
We can learn about the areas we're in, so then that way when we come back around, we can just do all the fun stuff without having to do any of the random walking around. This is like the pre-trip before the big trip.
I'm never coming back here again.
Oh, come on. Sense of adventure. New things every time. This
no,
is our
my
kind of...
favorite opera singer is old and traumatized. All right? This is a sad year for me.
And then next year will not be so sad.
I don't
will be
know if I
better.
trust that to be true.
Well, we can hope, and we can try, and we can work that direction. But now we learn!
I follow after Delphine, but I'm gonna tell you, it is the most reluctant follow that this world has witnessed.
You don't have to.
No, we're going to the library.
Oh yeah, because it has to be my fault that you want to hang around. Is it so hard to admit that you just like having a friend pokes your nose?
Touch me again and I will draw my weapon.
I know you will. Hovers.
Don't test me. Do you want to look at Archie's wound and James's wound? Because by my calculations, it's your turn.
But wouldn't it be a hilarious story that you shot me because I poked your cute little nose? Doesn't poke it, but like gestures as if she will and keeps going.
I have combat training and I will use it against you.
I know, and it is hilarious to tread the lines of life and death, especially when the death is so cute.
All right. So you guys are heading for the Biblioteca? Is that right? Or
I
what are
guess
you guys
so.
headed to do?
I mean, that's what Delphine thinks is a good idea, even though Delphine's not sure what she's gonna find.
James, you following?
Yeah.
All right. So the three of you leave your hotel rooms. You make your way down, and do you guys hire another gondola, or are you guys splitting it this time around?
How far of a walk is it?
From where you're staying, bibliotheque. Oh, it's just right there, just a little bit down the way, in the Piazza San Marco.
So we might as well walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So as you guys begin your walk to the Biblioteca Marciana, I think this is the least intrusive place to go into our intermission.
Intermission.
All right, so we will kick it back off here. We'll say 20 after.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, to get up, get you a drink, use the bathroom. I'm gonna step away for a couple minutes myself, so I'll kick it over to the technical difficulty screen. Come back after a couple minutes, catch up with chat, and once everybody's ready to go, we'll just rock it. So see you guys in a little bit.
Roger, Dodger. breaks? What are breaks? But then also, see, I wouldn't put anything away because I am so emotional. What was my brain? I don't know. I am drawing. I'm sorry. I started doodling and now I can't stop thinking. Ah!
Thin mints over here.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I did pop open a mini bag of sun chips, but they're almost gone.
Let's see. Okay. Making sure my background music noise was at an acceptable level. Let's see. Did I miss any Pokemons while I was away? Oh, there was a Burmy here. Only Mopsy were here to catch that Burmy, but I think let's see.
I got a Cubone, which is awesome.
I saw that. I saw you catch that Cubone. And I also saw Vash use an Ultra Ball on that Litwick. Vash wanted that, damn. I'm so mad now because like now I'm constantly checking the Pokemon community game because during one of my recent sessions I saw that a Sudowoodo had popped up, and Sudowoodo is my absolute favorite Pokemon and I didn't get to catch it and now I'm sad. So now I'm constantly monitoring that bitch.
Pseudo-Shadow.
Pseudo-Shadow. Yeah. Oh, wonder what you guys are gonna get into. I mean, I don't have to.
I don't
wonder
know.
right
What
now.
do you think? Yeah. What do you think?
I think you're gonna learn some interesting stuff.
You really think so?
I think so.
Not with the notes I'm taking.
I'm trying to take notes where I remember.
Havi's back. We'll get right back into.
My character is very overwhelmed by everything that has happened.
Yeah, I bet. Holy shit!
I've been summoned.
Look, there you are. Welcome back. We're just about to hop back into the game. You guys ready to rock it?
Rock it and roll it.
I have wrapped myself in my Snuggie and I am ready to face the world.
Okay, before we do that, I've always been curious about the Snuggie because, like, to me, that thing is just like a backwards robe. And I'm wondering if I can just get a robe and wear it backwards and have the same effect. Or if, like, the Snuggie's actually worth it.
So I technically don't have a Snuggie. I have, like, if the Snuggie didn't have the back open, so
Right.
it's almost like a cultist robe made out of a blanket that has sushi print over it, and it has a hood. So I actually put on this
It's
thing,
the
which
comfy.
is way too big for me, and I just pretend that I am Magi Koopa from Mario, and I live my life. So it's when I say I put on my Snuggie, that's mostly for common understanding of what I'm doing right now, but I'm actually cosplaying.
So I would recommend maybe instead of the Snuggie, if you feel that it's just a backwards robe, get a comfy.
The fuck is a comfy?
It's basically the same blanket fabric,
I'm looking this
but
up.
it's a hoodie. It's an oversized hoodie.
Is that what I'm wearing?
It might be.
It has a giant
has a
root
pocket.
pouch and pockets. Yes, I am actually wearing a comfy.
Comfy, the blanket you wear.
I have one on too. It's a maroon
It's not
comfy,
an
though.
official one though.
Oh,
Mine's an official one, but I bought it from a thrift store, so
hell yeah.
Mine
secondhand.
I got for Christmas and actually goes down to my ankles.
Oh, mine's not that long.
Yeah, mine
goes down
is-
to like my knees.
I am Magi Koopa right now.
That is That is a massive hoodie.
Yes, it's very comfy.
I mean, I would hope with the name being the comfy. They also make slipper socks? Huh. Alright, I'm gonna dig back into this later because I need something for my office, considering it's located in the basement right next to the garage. And it does get chilly down here, so I might be a future purveyor of the comfy.
I would recommend it. I really like it. It is what its namesake.
Yeah, get the long one with the pockets.
But you gotta have pockets.
Well, it's got like 2 pockets on the side, and then it's got like a Rue pouch that's so big I can put my iPad in it.
Jesus. I stuffed so many snacks in my comfy.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
I've got a party-sized bag of sour gummy worms just fucking hanging out in my comfy.
I could put an
Minus the
entire
bag, I just dumped the
party.
bag in it.
I can fit an entire party-sized bag of Doritos in this pouch.
Jeez, holy shit.
Yeah, no, it's like huge.
Just doing some sly light Yagami shit, just like reach in and take a potato chip. Just right there
And
off
there's
the side.
also a TV in there.
You're like, Mary Poppins ain't got shit on me.
I've got a
Exactly.
Winnebago in my comfy. All right, let's get back to the game.
Comfy
Fucking hell.
sponsorship, maybe, right?
Yeah, comfy. If you're looking for virtual sponsors, set your boy
Call
up.
me maybe.
Call me maybe.
Off-brand comfies, 10 out of 10.
All right, we're back into it. So, you guys are now on your way to the, well, at this point you would have arrived at the Videoteca Marciana. So you guys make your way in, and this place is massive. It contains over 550,000 printed volumes, 13,000 manuscripts, many of them being rare and valuable. It is housed in the former mint, and its Renaissance architecture echoes Constantinople, but is also a fine example of architecture, with gargoyles adorning every corner, and a water spout. And as you guys kind of make your way into this massive library, you see that there are really only like a dozen tables with 6 seats at each of them, but for the most part they're empty. How do you guys want to tackle this?
Well, I guess anything mentioning weird stones? I don't know. What should we research in this situation?
Well, we could research the simulacrum, I guess.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know, you wanted to come to the library.
Well, I just thought it would be a good idea. I'm not saying I understood why. I wasn't entirely certain. I just thought, ooh, the library, it's always a good place to start. I didn't think it through. History? Like anything about the simulacrum or anything that seems similar to the simulacrum?
Okay. If you guys are wanting to access the records, you need to know either Italian or French, which I know a couple of you have those bases covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So then, let's see. Everybody give me a library use roll.
No.
Can I also research alternate dimensions?
Sure.
Because we went into that alternate dimension, and this place reminds us of that alternate dimension, so maybe they're
That's
connected.
smart.
Give it a shot.
I don't like to library, but I'll give it my best. Woohoo.
That's it. Oh my god.
Never mind, I
Alright.
just sat down and watched everyone else do stuff.
We just had a conversation about
bookworms and moths.
Nah, it's okay. I'm just gonna fail every single
Oh.
roll.
I also failed.
Yeah, but you've been on a success streak. I don't even want to hear it from you.
Okay. I was just trying to help you. Never mind.
I have
understand.
not passed a single roll. You quiet down over there.
Understood.
Right. So, James, mark your bubble next to library use, and with your success, you learn a little bit about a shorter fella that's probably name has been lost to history. Some guy named Napoleon Bonaparte. You find that his troops entered Venice on the 31st of May, 1797, after a scene of shameful capitulation. Fucking words are hard today. By Venice's Senate. French soldiers were garrisoned in the city, and Napoleon began an ambitious plan for civic reform, including disbanding many monasteries. Napoleon even removed the 4 bronze horses from St. Mark's, but these were returned from Paris in... you also find records of a plague that spread throughout the city after Napoleon's troops had entered. Victims experiencing crippling pains in their left leg, but no physical cause could be found.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that pretty much all sounds accurate. I didn't have to. Yeah.
What, you think I'm making all this shit up?
I mean, if you were, goddamn, that sounded really good.
I tease.
No, that actually all sounded very factual. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you find. Do you report your findings to your fellow investigators?
Yes, and I'm gonna do a bit more digging of oh my god. It was a painting, right? That we went through?
No, it was there was basically a magical door in the basement of that one dilapidated house, you know, the one where you basically held that German guy at gunpoint for most of it.
Right.
It was that house. It was like a door in the basement. Like a magically sealed door.
Why am I remembering a painting? Did someone mention a painting of something?
I think somebody mentioned a painting, but
Well, I guess we didn't go. Did we not go through like a mirror or something, like a doorway painting thing?
so you guys went through a doorway, but the outside of it was like the city was mirrored, save for like, you know, like the green sky.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where my
Yeah.
misunderstanding is coming from.
Hmm. Okay.
But yeah, so you report your findings to Delphine and Evangeline?
Yes.
Okay.
The pause.
You had to think about
God
it.
damn it.
Oh, no, because I'm thinking of like what else to search for. I can't think of anything else to really search. I guess. I guess like I guess like for supernatural, if there is any like supernatural records.
Yeah. Actually, if anybody wants to give a second library use roll, now would be the time to do so.
Well, we can.
Wow, I fail library use.
Where did it go? There it went.
Ow,
Nope.
somebody dropped a book
Oh.
on me.
I fumbled apparently.
I just wanted to happen. Like a book just falls, just hits someone.
Yeah, somebody was carrying a large stack of books. One of them hit me, and it happened to be the book I needed.
Yeah. You know what? I like this narrative. We're gonna run with it. And what you find in what fell in front of you happens to be the official report of one Capitaine Guillaume de Bois. Capitaine de Bois was the young and energetic French officer in charge of the San Marco district in 1797 at the height of the plague. You know French, correct?
Correct.
Fantastic. Then I can give you this handout.
Delphine and I are fluent in French.
Yee!
I'm
I'm just gonna
fluent
share it to
in-
everybody, so you should have handout 1 now. And I will read this
Yeah.
for the viewers here.
Oh, it is so small. Hang
Yeah,
on.
it's a
Oh,
little,
that
it's a
is
little
small.
tiny. So the official report summary of Capitaine de Bois, 16th of November, 1797. Sir, regarding the days of disturbances of the last 3 days, I must report that on the 13th November, an unruly mob of Venetians gathered at the San Marco barracks gates. They defied my request to disperse. The reason they gave was that they wanted me to deliver one of my privates, Jean Boucher, to their hands. They claimed that he had caused this grievous plague that afflicts Venice by evil arts. They seemed to genuinely believe this superstitious nonsense. Defying my direct command to depart, they attempted to storm the barracks and seize Boucher. I ordered the men under my command to fire. The first volley was directed over the heads of the mob. No second volley was required, as the crowd then dispersed. I then put the district under curfew. I interviewed Boucher and found him a docile soul of low intelligence and little enterprise. Why, the sole loot he had been able to gather on our glorious march across Europe is an odd porcelain leg. Boucher seems to think it is a prize, although I doubt any other man under my command would think so. The next day, a delegation of prominent Venetians of the district visited me and again requested Boucher be tried for witchcraft. I imprisoned them all as ringleaders of the mob. There the matter rests. There will be no further such unrest in the district under my command. On the 15th November that occurred, which I have described to you privately. I deal with this in detail in personal documents as not fitting for subject of an official report. And then there is an annotation from a senior officer, Major Hudson, commending his prompt action in dispersing the mob without bloodshed.
Have I heard the name Boucher before?
I wouldn't think so.
Because we did have that one person that was dealing in that attic. Was that around this, or not attic, in that basement? Was that around the same time that this was happening?
I'm not immediately sure. I don't think so, though.
Yeah,
'Cause-
that's true.
Yeah. Hang on. When wasn't it? Not Catherine the Great. Wasn't it? Which queen was he associated with? I lost my notes for the first half of this session. Wasn't it the let them eat cake lady?
Oh, you're thinking of shit. What's her name?
Yeah, not Catherine the Great.
No,
because she
because
was
that was Russia.
awesome.
Marie Antoinette?
Marie
Yeah,
Antoinette.
Marie
That's the
Antoinette.
one.
Wasn't he associated to her?
I think so.
Right. When did Marie
I mean, she was the last queen of
end?
France prior to the revolution,
Right.
so it's likely Napoleon would pissed off.
1755 to 1793. When was that handout dated?
1797.
Mhm.
So, kind of similar time frame.
Yeah,
Just
because like this is
after,
after it.
basically.
Yeah.
Depending on when in her life, because she only lived to 1793. So, if it was towards the end of her life, then there's a little bit of overlapping time there.
All right. Do you share the information that you just got with the rest of the investigators? Also, mark
I-
your library use bubble.
I don't even personally read it. I just hand it to Delphine.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I guess I would read it out loud
Okay.
in the same way that you did. And that means
Hmm.
we are looking for another piece of the puzzle. And
I
this
don't
time
think
it is
we-
the left leg.
No, I don't think we are though, because it mentioned them. James mentioned those horses, right? Well, that sounds like those horses that are on that tomb that entombed that guy. You know that his mummy's all encrusted with gems and stuff. I wonder if the leg
Oh.
is in there.
Oh, so maybe it is. So now we have to do a heist. I'm not. No.
No, we could just like go and look at it.
Let's go and look at it. Yes, let's go to the museum. Professor, what do you think? The museum?
I'm not sure it's
Yeah.
a museum. I think it might be a mausoleum.
Oh, I thought. I don't.
Hmm.
Well, whatever. We're going to go check out the mummy.
All right, you guys want to leave now or dig a little deeper? What do you want to do?
Do we have
Uh,
anything to dig deeper on?
I think it's like right next to this thing, right? Isn't it like
The-
right next?
Basilica.
Yeah, it's like right next door.
Well, if we see anything that strikes our fancy, we can just come back and research it.
I don't actually know what a
Sure.
basilica is. I'm gonna look it up in the library of Google.
Oh, I have heard of this library.
Okay, it was used in ancient Rome as a court of law or for public assemblies. It's a large oblong hall or building with double colonnades and a semicircular apse.
Hey, what?
I don't know
Interesting.
how.
No, I'm not. I'm
SE apes axes. I don't know.
I'm not. No, I'm not questioning. I was more just like, what is that? So
And
now
a-
I'm looking.
A colonnade is a row of columns supporting a roof. An entablature or arcade. Why are they using all these big architecture words?
Too many.
An apse is a large semicircular or polygonal recess in a church, arched or with a domed roof, typically at the eastern end containing an altar. Thank you for attending Hard Words with Dyna.
I agree. Thank you. Thank you for looking it up.
You did it! You did good!
Good job.
Well, I can read.
That book really did work.
I could read before you. Hush your mouth.
All right, so we go to
Yeah,
the
let's go.
ballistica.
But
The
Oh,
yeah,
ballistic.
yeah, yeah.
The iron
fire off
ballistica.
I don't know, ballista, whatever. I don't remember. Brain. English.
Basilica.
Bas- oh, that.
Are you missing my other campaign already?
Oh my god.
To the ballista, everyone.
I can't
The
hear
giant
words.
crossbow.
Don't listen to me.
All right, so you guys are headed to the San Marco Basilica.
Now I'm gonna softly chuckle every time I hear.
I
ballista.
hate this. I hate this.
Let's go.
I hate this so much.
For context, I run a different campaign called the Iron Ballista, and it has gotten stuck in Forgotten Sand.
No.
Oh, that is funny.
Leave
We're
me
going to
alone.
the Iron Ballistica.
Leave
go.
me
Yeah,
alone.
let's go to the Iron Basilica.
I'm done. I'm just in my own world now. Don't worry about it.
Oh, boops your nose.
I get what I get.
Oh my god.
Ah, all right. So you guys leave the biblioteca.
Mhm.
You begin making your way along the canal, and just a little. It's not terribly far away. But you notice, and around this time, I'd say it's probably closer to noon. As you walk past the canal, you notice that the waters have taken on a distinctly noxious oiliness, slightly.
Does it remind me of the poison that was on the thorns when those guys were having their arm all mussed up?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it is definitely cursed. Cursed what else? I was not incorrect.
Which means we're gonna be walking from now on.
Oh, god damn it.
That's what I said from the beginning.
Well, okay. Well, at least I got it out of my system. I was able to write it once.
So, you all arrive at the Basilica de San Marco. And as you arrive, you witness this magnificent building, and like you saw in the, or like James saw in the books, you see those 4 bronze horses from Constantinople rearing above the entrance. And as you make your way in, there's vaulted ceilings that rise high into the darkness, gleaming with gold and gems. You see numerous chapels, house icons of sad-eyed saints. Plenty of tourists about. Lots and lots of tourists, just struck dumb by how grandiose this whole establishment is.
Do any of the paintings tell a story? Like artworks tell a story? Is there a story to be told, or are they just sad-eyed looking?
I think for the most part they're just sad-eyed looking saints. There's not really a story that can be linked either within the painting itself or across multiple paintings.
Well, that feels gratuitous. At least say something with your heart.
The Oh, go for it, Dyna.
No. Go ahead.
So it says that the horses are autographed, right?
Autographed?
Like they're covered in them by tourists, apparently.
Did I say that?
No, it's in
Oh, it's in the
companion.
It's in the
compendium.
companion's guide.
Oh, okay. Exterior's carved, colored, and labeled. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you see like a lot of people have like signed the horses. Which for these 4 bronze statues that stand above the entrance, that's pretty remarkable how they look, considering they look unchanged by time and travel since they're casting for Nero. But again, you do see multiple tourist autographs across all of them.
Do any of the autographs look odd?
I wouldn't think so. I don't think so. I think that none of them look. None of them stand out to you. The way to go.
Okay. Darn. No telling if any of those weird fucks have gone here first.
Yeah,
Alright,
you
that's
don't
all
see
I
any
just...
recognizable names if that's what you're looking for.
Mostly just like a symbol or something as passed on by an autograph.
No.
Alright.
Yeah, where's that pretty mummy?
The jewel encrusted.
I'm looking for a sparkly, bedazzled corpse.
Well,
Quite literally.
first... Oh wait, do we need to get a ticket?
I'm looking to buy a ticket to see a sparkly, gem-encrusted corpse.
Pretty
Well, it
please.
says there's a ticket required to see the choir, but I don't think there's anything to see the mummy.
God, what do you say?
I think that you guys would have been able to have easily gotten a ticket in. I didn't mention anything about it because between Evangeline's and James's wealth, you guys would have been able to have easily secured a ticket. So I just kind of blew past it.
Okay, so we are in there.
Yeah.
All right, but it still stands. One bedazzled mummy, please.
One Gucci-looking mummy.
One Gucci.
I want to see a mummy that resembles the pants from the 90s.
Oh God, my mom still has hers.
So that's a little bit deeper into the basilica.
All right, as I'm walking around, does my leg hurt?
No, not at the moment.
All right, I'm gonna use that as, I guess, the... What's that stick that finds water? A dowsing rod.
Dowsing
I'm
rod?
using my leg as a dowsing rod.
Yeah, as you progress towards the Pala de Oro, you're not feeling any like twinge in your leg or anything. And by the time you reach the Redible, you see that it is indeed encrusted with all of those great pearls and garnets and amethysts and all these other jewels. It is bedazzled the fuck out.
That's how I want to go.
Does it seem like it has a pearl left leg?
I thought you were gonna say pearl necklace.
No.
No, what?
It might just be covered in pearls.
He has pearls on him. Pearls are canonically on this.
Yes, no, I know, but it wasn't the left leg like pearlin or something? Am I missing?
Porcelain.
No, we wanted
Porcelain.
to see if
Porcelain.
the left leg was of the simulacrum.
Yeah, so we have to look for a porcelain left leg that some dude got attached to.
But the hard thing is though, because I assume mummies are wrapped like burritos, so
Yeah, I think so, right? I mean, I don't know about...
Is the mummy swaddled? Did we swaddle the mummy?
Is the mummy swaddled?
Well, you can't really tell because this basically what you're looking at is a large ornate casket, essentially, which within is said to rest the remains of Saint Mark.
Wait, so we can't see the gem-encrusted mummy?
You can see the gem-encrusted casket of the mummy.
But I want to see the gem-encrusted mummy.
I don't think the mummy's gem-encrusted. I think it's just the casket that's gem-encrusted.
I think it's the mummy, and I'm gonna read until to see here.
James would like to find if there is a curator by any chance nearby.
So all it says is within is the Pala de Oro, the Redible of the High Altar, within which is said to rest Saint Mark's remains. It is crusted with...
Yeah.
I thought the mummy was gonna be encrusted, and now both Evangeline and Dyna is disappointed.
Maybe that's a monster I can...
Disappointed.
Maybe that's something I can have my Chrono Core players fight later. It's just like a fucking bejeweled mummy.
Please do, in honor of Dyna.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, wait. If we're designing a monster, make it look like it's encrusted with rubies and gems and stuff like that, but have them actually be scarabs that fall off and attack people.
All right, we're getting too deep. If any of my Chrono Core players are listening, no, you didn't.
Don't worry about it. No, we heard nothing.
Don't worry about
You didn't
it.
hear a
You
damn
heard
thing.
nothing.
Don't worry
Turn
about
off
it.
your ears.
Yep. Keep watching, but turn your ears off. So yeah, that's essentially what you can see is like this large jewel encrusted, essentially casket. James, you wanted to look for a curator.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one nearby. He's currently leading another tour group.
Is there no other curator?
You see, for the most part, all the curators are kind of like already instructing, or kind of like showing other people some things. You do see one who's in similar attire as the rest, who is kind of standing off to the left, just kind of observing the scene and looking for anybody who might need some additional information.
I'm gonna go up to them. I'm gonna go up to that person.
Yeah, go for it. As you approach, he notices you and he does like a slight little bow. He says, welcome to the Basilica. Is there anything that I can help you with?
Yes, I'm Professor James Hudson from Stanford University, California, and I'm here on
Ooh,
business.
An American.
Yes. Would first like to compliment. Love Venice. It's one of my favorite places to do research. I actually did my master's here before I had to do my PhD. So thank you so much for hosting me for 4 years.
Of course, it's just such a beautiful city. Yes.
Yeah, and I would really love to do some kind of research with the team here on St. Marcus's remains. I missed out on it, and it's on my bucket list before I kick the bucket. And I would just love to work with the great minds here who study, Venice and all, Italy and France. I would just really love to do that. Is there, by any chance, a possibility to do that?
I can tell you what I have knowledge of. Yes.
Perfect.
What are you looking to know exactly?
I was just wondering, what do these gems, these pearls, and the fancy decorations, why decorate the body such a way, or the casket?
Sorry, I was going through my my resources here. He goes on to say, "Oh well, the Pala de Oro itself was first thought to be commissioned in 976 by Doge Pietro Orsello, where it was made up of precious stones and several emeralds depicting various saints. And then in 1105, it was expanded on by Doge Ordelafo Faliero. There doesn't seem to be any meaning or rhyme or reason as far as how would you say for the gems themselves, outside of just depicting the different saints, but there's not really much other meaning other than perhaps aesthetics.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. This might be a really weird question, but just bear with me on this.
Okay.
When the saint was buried, by any chance, was there a porcelain left leg buried with them? I
do not have any information about a porcelain left leg. That is very strange. I might have to consult some books on my own if you don't mind, in my own time, and maybe should I see you back here at a later time, then perhaps I can have that information for you.
Yes, of course. I'll be here for a few days. Business for college. Yeah, it was just one of my colleagues wanted me to ask that question while I was here. I thought it was strange as hell, so forgive me if that came across a bit very unorthodox for academia purposes.
It is completely fine. I have been asked far stranger questions. Lots of people who have like ties to the supernatural. And I've got stories to tell.
Oh, when we meet next time, I would love to hear those stories.
of course. If there's nothing else I can do for you, I will bid you a good rest of your visit here. And
Thank you, and
he
you too.
does a little, again, another bow, and then he notices some other tourists who are looking at some things, and he walks over.
I'm gonna walk back to Evangeline and Delphine.
Okay.
So we just came to look at the casket. There was no leg. I thought there was supposed to be a leg. I thought it was a mummy with a porcelain leg.
I mean, we won't know unless, well, we dig in ourselves or the person I talked to comes back.
Well, it was the porcelain leg was with that person who was with that lieutenant, that other person. This might be just a false alarm.
Oh, who was it? Oh, Boucher, fuck.
Yeah,
John Boscher.
something like that.
Yeah.
And he wasn't like an officer. They described him as someone who was simple. But they did think he was practicing witchcraft, and if I was burying a witch, I might bury it on holy ground, so maybe there's an alternate grave we should be looking for?
I mean, true.
Could we snoop around the grounds without getting in trouble, do you think?
Or we...
Any secret trapdoors?
I assume there would be burial records somewhere.
Yeah.
Especially
that'd have to
since
be.
that person was associated with what appeared to be an official or military type person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, y'all just over here being incredibly intelligent. I didn't.
Well, the booze and coffee finally kicked in.
I see, I see.
I guess we'll go look for some records of, cemeteries.
Or we could just look in the cemetery.
Or we could just walk around until our leg hurts, I guess.
There is the dowsing rod idea.
Where did they say they walked around and their leg hurt?
I don't.
James, who read that, where did?
Oh, yeah.
Where
God,
was
where
it?
was it? Where was that handout? Which one was it? Did I get a handout for that? I don't think I
Yeah,
did.
it should be titled Handout 1. I'm going to edit it to say Venice Handout 1.
Oh, okay. La, 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 la.
There we go.
Oh,
I'm just going to go ahead and do the same to the rest.
Let's see here. Okay, San Marco Barracks Gates. Let's go ahead and. Oh no, that's the one that says that the guy had the leg, but you said that you had found something where people were walking around and their leg hurt.
Oh,
Wasn't that the. Yeah.
wasn't that just like in this place in general?
Well, are the barracks still around, I guess?
Continue, yeah, walking around and seeing if our legs hurt.
Well,
But-
no, is the barracks still around? Like, that was a historically decent amount of time has passed.
Yeah, I don't.
So is it still around?
It doesn't seem to be on our map.
God, would the barracks still be around?
More than likely not.
Damn.
Okay, well I'm gonna go ask that museum person a question.
Okay. Like I said, he had went off to assist some other folks. But as you approach, they are just leaving.
Oh, wait, excuse me, honey.
Yes, hi, hello.
Hello, sugar. Do you happen to know some of the more historical places around not only here but also maybe the rest of Venice? If I just had some questions.
My knowledge merely pertains to the basilica itself. I apologize.
Well, aren't you just helpful? You wouldn't happen to have to know, just offhand, just in case you do. Maybe you've been playing one of those newfangled game shows. I don't know, trivia over that radio thing. Do you happen to know where the San Marco barracks used to stay?
I believe it was further into town, but it has since been repurposed into a home and remodeled.
Whose home?
I could not tell you. I do not know.
Great. Thank you. You have been perfect. I wish you well on all your endeavors. I don't know how to say goodbye in Italian, and I just leave.
Alvin,
Bon viaggio.
Delphine, you remember how you wanted to walk around that lady's house?
Oh, yes. Should we go check on our friend Maria? Make sure
Let's
she's
go
okay.
walk around her house and see if our leg hurts.
Let's go check on Maria.
Because I assume that her house is in the deeper into the city in the general direction.
Yeah.
All right.
Great. Let's go.
The three of you take off. You start making your way through the cities and along the canal, and you find yourself outside of the door, which you dropped Maria off.
We knock on the door, right?
How's our legs feeling?
Yeah.
Legs are feeling fine.
Dang it.
A little tired from all the walking y'all been doing, but fine.
Alright, lead the way, Delphine.
Yeah, we knock on the door.
Right. You knock on the door, and the maid that was accompanying her on the train answers.
Oh, hello. We just wanted to check on our new friend Maria and see how she is holding up today.
I apologize, but Miss Maria is not home at the moment. She is away planning her father's funeral. Is there anything that I can do to help you?
Oh, would you happen to know when she might be back so we can come and check on her in person?
She may be back later tonight, although I'm not entirely sure. She may choose to, and she kind of like looks around and says, she may be meeting up with Giorgio, if you understand my meaning.
Is there somewhere that they like to go? Maybe a particular restaurant, some food that they like?
I don't know much about their relationship. She keeps it relatively secret, so the fact that she was able to open up with the three of you, no offense about it, after only knowing you for a short moment on the train and last night, I do not know.
Oh, well, looks at Evangeline. I guess we can wait until she gets back then. Unless it feels like it would be a bit presumptuous to ask if we could wait here.
Yes, I'm afraid unless I have the lady's permission, I cannot allow entrance to anybody.
Excuse you. You cannot allow entrance to anyone. Decorum dictates that if a guest is willing to wait for the lady of the house and the lady of the house is due to return that day, that they should be allowed to wait in the solar until the lady has returned, especially if that requester is a lady of breeding. Or are you just saying that the lady of this household is willing to ignore all decorum?
Well, I realize you may not be from around here due to your accent, but we are not necessarily open to, and again, no offense, bringing in people whom she had only just met. and allowing them into the house, especially at such a tumultuous time with her father's passing.
We saved your lady from a pinch, and you would dare turn us away? Can I intimidate her?
If you would like to.
Evangeline's over it.
Clearly, I was gonna go the cool, the trying to be cool about it route, but that's fine. I opened it up.
Oh, whatever. Back to the bad rolls.
Well, you could. I mean, luck. Do you have enough luck?
I don't want to spend luck on this.
Okay,
That's a
that's fair,
silly
that's
thing to spend luck for.
Alright, I was just making sure.
Well, I guess we're done here.
I guess she holds her own, and we can wait until Maria comes back, or pivot. Blech, words.
I do have one question though.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you by any
Yes.
chance know where that, for lack of better terms, sleaze bag of a politician is?
Oh, he lives in a fancy estate. A little, I would say, northeast of here, along the coast. I do not know, I do not know his address, if that's what you're asking.
No. In fact, it'd be better if this was never brought up to anyone.
No.
Good day.
Closes the door. James, I will not stand idly by if we kill another person. You are getting left behind in Venice. You will stay here, and then you can find a flight back to America, or a boat or whatever.
I'm not gonna kill anyone. I just think, what if we investigate and just keep our ears open?
You have been warned. That is all I can say.
All right. What do you guys want to do now?
Well, was there anywhere mentioned that? Where's all my notes? Did I close it? There's the handout. Is there a way? Maybe could we go to? Is it? I'm assuming there would be a grave for Boucher, right? Would Boucher have a grave here?
Potentially, maybe.
Yeah, we still gotta find it though.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like that feels like
Yeah.
the next best option. Does our leg hurt at the grave?
I guess we're gonna head to this nearest cemetery.
Unless anyone has any better ideas, I'm willing to accept that that's a bad idea. It's the only idea I have.
I'm all for it.
All right. Any arguments, Evangeline?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was drinking.
That's, you know what? Alright, we are going to go see if we can visit the grave of... Because that's the guy, right? What? I'm rereading.
Private John Boucher.
Alright, yeah. So we're gonna go see if we can go see if maybe his grave gives us the heebie-jeebies.
Phoebe's okay.
You guys are just heading to the nearest graveyard?
Yeah, I guess.
Or like, is there... Did it say... Yeah, I mean, whichever was the main one.
Unless there's like military designated cemeteries.
I'm not entirely sure if there is.
If anything, we could just go to a records office if there is one nearby.
What if that Rancini person doesn't even want to be with that Maria lady? What if he just wants to try and get at her estate because he knows about the leg?
That's what I am concerned about. There have been plenty of seedy, high-standing characters that have been involved in these kinds of things as of late. So apparently there's something important to those with money.
Another reminder that if you guys do find yourselves terribly hung up, you can go for idea rolls.
So we could go to the dude's house, or we could go to a records place to see where this guy's buried.
That sounds... I maybe record house to see where he's buried sounds like a good idea to me. Unless somebody wants to do an idea roll, because maybe we're completely on the... You know what? Nope. Alright. Did we...
Oh wow, extreme success.
Extreme
Fuck.
success!
We want to know where he's fucking buried, the fucking latitude, the longitude. We want to know what's in his fucking journal.
I know exactly what to do.
That's very
Brain
good.
blast!
Brain blast is exactly right. All right, so,
This isn't right.
so Delphine, you have a sneaking suspicion that you don't have all the pieces of the puzzle just yet. You think that there is some information that that is still yet to dig up if you are looking for the location of the leg, and maybe this Capitaine Dubois thinks that, or this fella might know something about it.
All right, so we're going to find our Capitan. Where do we find the captain? I don't know where we go. Step 1, how to find the captain.
Is the captain dead?
Oh yeah,
Is
this was like 1797. This was like 200 years ago.
All right, so
Oh, well then, yeah, records. The
But,
records place.
But with an extreme success, I'll say that your hunches are pulling you back towards the biblioteca.
all right, well, we're going to the library to research more about this guy.
All right, sounds good.
I know you love it, isn't it great? Well, you know what? If you would like, you can go do something else.
Yes, I would love to get kidnapped on the streets of Venice by all the enemies we have surely made along the way.
And that means you're stuck with me.
At the library. What fun! What fun!
The library's the
Please.
best place ever.
Shut up, Professor.
All right, so you guys make your way back to the library. Again, you guys have Italian and French covered, so you can access the records very easily. Why don't you guys give me a library use?
Another library use.
Hard
success,
success!
let's go.
Let's go!
I feel I should roll this at disadvantage.
No.
All right, James. You're going through, you're trying to find anything you can about this Capitaine Dubois, and you actually stumble across his diary, which I will give you guys access to see now.
Let's see here.
It says, the Diary of Capitaine Dubois, 15th of November, 1797. Returned home last night, the 14th, most satisfied with my actions in dispelling the riot. As Voltaire said, I have only ever made one prayer to God, a very short one. O Lord, make my enemies ridiculous. And God granted it. It was very satisfying to see the looks on those fool Venetian faces as they were bundled off to prison. I hope their visit teaches them the comparative values of reason and superstition. At home, I found my Cherie struck by the plague. Poor little waif is as brave as one of my soldiers, but her leg has crippled and twisted overnight. She's only 2 years old. She should not be thus afflicted. I returned to the prison and questioned the delegation leaders. They told me to talk to Boucher. So I questioned him again late last night. I also pored over the strange artificial limb he so prizes. My leg ached as I handled it, and aches to this moment. Is it that the mere sight of this truncated limb and porcelain stirred some vestigial memory in my agitated mind, so that it felt as if my own leg were amputated? I took the leg from Boucher and tried to break it. It would not break. I tried to burn it, and it would not burn. It is not porcelain, but some strange unyielding substance that not even diamond will mark. That damn delegation was right. It's something evil, although I defend Boucher. He has merely carried it here. I'm not going to admit my folly to those Italian fools. I realized what to do at last. The idea was so fitting, I burst out into a loud laugh. Last night I buried that cursed leg in secret within the San Marco Basilica under the black paving stone in the chapel of Saint Isidoro. To my delight, this morning my dear little Cherie has recovered. He is as bright as ever. Today I hear from the medical staff too that the plague is steadily abating in virulence. I have given orders that the delegation be quietly released. That fool Boucher waylaid me into this afternoon. He wants compensation for his prize. That claim may go long unanswered.
Looks like we gotta go back to the Basilica.
Well, it feels like if you look at that, the subtext maybe says that if we dig up that leg, it's going to return the plague. So there might be consequences to our actions. I mean, there's always been, but there might be getting steeper and steeper. Unless you want to ignore it, that's also fine, I guess.
Well, I mean, does anyone else have ideas?
Leave Venice and just be tourists and run away to Switzerland.
I mean, Switzerland's not bad.
It's an option. At this rate, I feel more and more that I am getting us into something that we cannot handle, and I do not want you all to die on my own Death Wishes account. Evangeline, how do you feel?
I think I've made it abundantly clear how I feel about this whole adventure.
I feel like you are done with it.
I think you are right, my dear.
Well, I mean, should we grab it? Or should we just burn all notes of it ever existing and then, you know, keep moving on?
Maybe we should just let it go. But if we let it go, then the whole reason for us leaving... What are we gonna do with the torso and the arm? Just toss it out the side of the window? Call it good?
No,
Hope that it
because
buries itself with time?
we can't
know,
let anyone else grab it.
It's kind of weird that we've been tasked to collect it. I feel like we're just collecting it and then somebody's gonna come and, like, steal it from us. And then we're just the gullible fools who brought everything together. But since there's no evidence of a mysterious person giving us mysterious things, I guess it's all just conjecture from here.
Yes, quite the conjecture.
But if y'all are planning to steal that leg, at least wait until the basilica is closed so you're not trying to unearth it under the noses of tourists.
I don't know if we even should unearth it. What if we do and then there's another plague?
Well, why don't we just go check it out, not break in or anything, and just see if anyone's touched the spot yet?
Just a little non-criminal investigation.
Hey, we just go over there, look at it, understood, perfect. We move on. If not, well then fuck.
Well, what else are we going to do?
Mhm.
Any other ideas that are not? I mean, it's either that or do something else. Let's see here. What does the travel guide say? We can go shopping. We already went to the restaurant. Wow, Venice is really boring.
Well, you guys go do that. I guess I'll go worship at the church. And I don't know.
Aren't they in the
I'm
same
just gonna
direction?
I'm just gonna pray for that Maria Staglione's house to burn down, and hopefully God will answer my prayers.
Oh, are there any journals from the private in this library?
With your hard success in library use, I would say no. The only one that seems to have been kept here was that of the captain.
Get out of my swamp.
Whoa!
Gosh,
Amelia, thank you so much for the raid.
But please,
Welcome in.
don't go. I'm really lonely.
I just feel bad rolling another idea track.
Are there any documents about the leg or
Why don't you two
a porcelain statue?
Why don't you two just go to the basilica and look to see if there's that black stone? And if there's no black stone, then you know that the leg's already been unearthed. But if there is, stand on it, and if your leg doesn't hurt, then it's probably not there.
That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, we can do that.
I am all for it. So I guess that is what we're going to do.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys trek back to the basilica.
Again.
Yeah. You make your way in, and now that you're inside the basilica proper, what do you do?
Look for the black stone.
Yeah.
Because it mentioned the chapel of Saint Isidoro, but there are a lot of chapel houses inside this basilica.
How many are there?
labeled?
Yeah, how many? Does it even say how many chapels there are?
The only number that shows is numerous.
Yeah,
Damn.
Let me
but,
just start checking.
well, why don't we just ask one of the people that work
Yeah.
here, because they know everything about the basilica?
That is also very smart.
Is there some random worker just wandering around looking
Yeah.
for something to do?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's not as many tourists here now because it is getting a little bit later in the day.
I'm gonna march right up to one of them.
Okay.
Excuse me, do you know where this chapel is of Isidora?
Oh yes, Isidoro. It is in the left transept. It's a tiny little chapel, very dark. You'll know it from the two little bronze winged lions on either side of the entrance.
Thank you. Thank you.
Over the altar, I misspoke.
All right. I guess we're gonna look for the smallest one. They said it was to the left. No, wait. What part of the bus? We're just gonna head over there.
Okay.
Does it head in the direction we were told to?
Yes. So you make your way over, and as you pass all of these house icons, you do eventually come across one where the tomb has two bronze winged lions. It's pretty, like I said, it's pretty dark. It's almost filled by the tomb itself. Give me spot hidden.
None shall escape my sight.
I actually failed.
All right. You got mark your successes for spot hidden, James and Evangeline. And as you guys are looking, you find the dark paving stone referred to by the boy. The mortar surrounding this stone is darker and of poorer quality than the rest. The paving stone itself is particularly dark and shiny. How are you guys in science?
Where the hell is that?
Is that a skill, or are you just asking us in general?
It's a skill.
You said
Why
science.
don't I?
I don't have
Why don't I see it?
science.
Hmm.
Do you mean archaeology?
You could use that. I'd allow that.
I mean, yeah, I got archaeology. I don't see science.
I don't see science either. I see natural
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. Natural world, archaeology. I mean, there's psychoanalysis and psychology. Those are the only science one that I see aside from natural world.
Hmm.
And medicine and first aid.
Science might be a specialized thing for certain occupations. But
Okay.
in your guys' case, I would allow archaeology, I think.
Alright.
Smoked it. James, you look at this stone. Oh.
Okay, I guess I could.
I might as well try.
Might as well try.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
you got one away from from that medicine
Mhm.
roll.
Oh my god.
Delphine looks at it and goes shiny. All right, James, you take a look at this paving stone, and you recall back to all of your former digs and explorations and whatnot. And your knowledge suggests that this is no normal stone, but perhaps a piece of meteoric iron.
Hmm. Gotta love that cosmic radiation.
Meteoritic.
I'm gonna stand on it.
You don't feel your leg hurt.
No ouchies.
Is the mortar cracked? Like, does it look like this paper stone has been removed?
The mortar itself, it seems to just crumble at like the slightest bit of pressure.
Are we in a secluded area?
Do you want to give me a luck roll?
Oh, a luck roll. No. Did we just click on luck?
Yep.
Oh god.
Nope. I don't want to.
Nope.
24 luck, fucking hell.
All right, Archie, roll.
Archie's in the hotel sick.
Fuck you, Archie.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, there are a good number of tourists who are nearby. Not in your immediate area, but there are people walking about in this particular area.
Are we? So wait, are they inside the chapel itself, or are they outside?
No, so the chapels themselves are like they're kind of more or less like people-sized holes in the wall, but they're not very
okay.
deep or big.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and it's mostly just a place for like the altar to be. You want to think about it that way.
Do I see any current residue of this ever being moved, like very recently?
With your spot hidden, I would say that it's kind of tough to tell because, like I said, the mortar itself is very crumbly from how fucking old it is.
Okay.
So it's hard to discern if this has been moved or not, just because the area around it, especially this paving stone that you think is made of this meteoritic iron, the surrounding area just kind of generally looks like shit from how old it is. So being able to discern whether or not this thing has been moved recently is kind of a toughie.
Fuck. Oh, damn.
Can't be.
Think.
Is the altar like a box or something that someone small could hide in?
I don't think so.
Are there
it's
any
not-
places here someone could potentially hide until this place closes down?
There are some. You've seen some rooms out in the outer corridors that could potentially lend as a hiding space. If you wanted to camp out here until they close.
I'm just saying, we don't need a lock picker if we're inside the lock.
It's pretty true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how good my hide is, but I can try to.
I would like to find another curator.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely one milling about, helping out some other tourists.
I'm gonna rush over to them.
It's like, all right, fuck politeness this time.
I'm just gonna be. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Just a quick question: has this chapel been renovated? And I'm gonna point to Isadora.
No, we do our best to maintain their original structure. If anything, every now and then maybe some of the cracks in the mortar are filled, but outside of that, we tend to keep everything as close to historic as possible.
Has like anything been just like quickly moved off to the side and then put back, or just like anything to help keep it up to snuff?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Do you by any chance know of anyone that might know that?
I wouldn't for sure, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Do better. No.
Damn. So didn't know anyone who would possibly know if this has been renovated or not.
Well, then, we could check the paper. We're still in the plaza. There should be a paper around. And I mean, would they cover up if anyone broke into the chapel? Probably.
Here, you two stand here. And I just move them so that they're blocking the view of everyone else, and I try and pry up the paper stone.
I mean, I am
There we
big.
go.
I'm also big.
Yeah,
I am
so it
really
makes
big.
the most sense.
Okay.
I'm tired of this running around. We're just gonna lift this thing and see if it's in there.
All right. You're just gonna just brute force lift this motherfucker?
No, I'm gonna use the power of physics. Delphine, let me borrow your dagger.
All right. Oh, okay.
It's gonna snap.
All right, fine. I
No,
probably
go
have
for it, go for it.
something
No,
thin
do it.
and
Do it.
leverageable.
No crowbar. Use a dagger.
Yeah, use the dagger. That's fine. I totally understand your logic. I'm
I
just
think
afraid to
didn't I
lose my
get a
pretty
crowbar
dagger.
though at some point?
Pretty sure you have a crowbar.
All right, I'm gonna use the crowbar. I would have
Okay.
kept that with me.
Okay.
All right.
That would work better.
Okay. So Delphine and James, if you guys want to mask this action that's about to undertake, I will
Okay.
need stealth rolls.
Oh fuck! I am terrible at stealth.
All right.
Hey,
God.
there's one. And there's
Holy
a hard
shit!
success.
Hey,
Look
let's
at
go.
that. All right, but mark
Let's
them
fucking
bubbles.
go.
Mark them
This is
bubbles.
the first time I've rolled a stealth thing. Okay.
Good shit.
Mark our successes.
Mark your successes. All
Fuck
right.
yes.
Yeah, this nobody's gonna know that this is happening. So, Evangeline, since you're using a crowbar, you get a bonus die on a strength roll.
Oh man, I don't think I'm good
Woohoo.
at strength.
See
You
that
get a bon-
bonus? 61.
I'll spend the luck.
There you go.
Oh wait, I didn't mean to roll it. I meant to spend it. All right, I'll spend the one luck because that's apparently the theme of today.
Fantastic. Very good.
Let's go.
All right.
Pop that sucker up.
Yeah, and as you begin to like push down on the crowbar to lift this paving stone, it is heavy as hell because again, it is that meteoric iron. You are able to pry the stone up with the crowbar enough to where you can get your hands under it, and you heave this heavy stone out of the way. And as you look beneath the paving stone, it is empty.
I fucking knew it.
But as you look at it, it doesn't appear to have always been empty. You see that a thick dust coats the surface, which clearly shows the perfect outline of a leg. Lighter dust coats the place where the leg would have laid. And in the center of that vacancy lies a small yellowing envelope sealed with a wax seal.
I'd take the envelope and plop the paper back into place.
All right. And again, because of the success and hard success of your fellow investigators, none of the other tourists or staff are any the wiser.
And we didn't even need to go to the library.
Thank God.
Alright, let's blow this popsicle stand.
Power move, Evangeline. Yeah, let's go read this letter.
Look,
'Cause
if
that's
you
how we
take
thought this would go.
Evangeline to the library too many more times, she's just gonna Hulk out, okay? That's been the theme of every single episode.
All right, so you guys quickly leave the basilica. Where are y'all headed?
You guys want to go to the hotel?
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, is go back to the hotel.
So we're all in agreement. We pretty much know that crying lady's dad got the leg because he got pneumonia, and it was just discovered that the leg causes plague, right? We're all in agreement with that. It's
I think
probably
so,
the
yeah.
going theory.
Yeah. Maybe the leg was thrown into the water.
Maybe he was stealing the leg, fell into the water and dropped it, and still got the pneumonia.
Maybe.
Or maybe that other bureaucrat guy was trying to take the leg, pushed him in the water, and accidentally lost it.
Well, let's read the letter.
All right.
Right.
You guys make your way back to the hotel, and I assume you guys all gather in a room to read this letter.
I sit on Archie.
Okay. He kind of just kind of like recoils.
I'm squeezing
get what
the
you
illness out.
So as you open this letter, you see that it is unsigned, and it seems more like a confession than a communication. The contents of this letter are written in the Venetian dialect in an old man's shaky hand, and you guys will get that letter now. And I will read the handwritten note found in San Marco. God forgive me, God help me. I had a great need of it, so I took it with much trembling and sense of sacrilege, that I, a true Venetian, should violate our most sacred place. Yet surely some needs stand above all others. He was weeping and begging for help. His statue was broken, and I had no material to repair it, for this cursed war makes everything scarce. I remembered the old story at last. What else could I do? His grandson died on Monte Grappa, alongside my dear Marco, and his figures are the only things that comfort him. God forgive me. God trust that I only seek to do my best. So if anybody wants to give me a history roll, or Evangeline, since you were part of the Great War, you can give me a no roll.
What's a no roll?
A no roll. I'm glad you asked. This would be your you'd roll against your education.
Which is not good. I did not like school, but I'll still try.
I'll do it. I'll also do a history after that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know shit about shit.
I was
Hard
so
Hard
close to
success.
actually passing that history check.
Mark that fucking success. And
I don't know
you,
why I unmarked it.
And you would know. Oof. And you would be able to recall the decisive battles of Monte Grappa, where the Italians stopped the German and Austrian advance in the site of Venice. Battles all occurred between late 1917 and early 1918.
I need to look at that thing again. This statue is broken. That sounds very concerning.
Could it have been like something in the other like dimension dream world thing? Could he have gone there? And got freaked out by it? No, that might be reaching.
Wait, what do you mean? It seems like somebody just had a garden of statues that they liked, and one of them broke because it was a war.
Oh.
And then they just replaced the statue's leg with this leg, which is interesting that they knew where it was in the first place, but I'm not gonna look too deeply into it.
So now we're gonna go find
Alongside my
Find
dear
the
Marco,
statue.
and his figures are the only things that comfort him.
That kind of sounds like it'd be a cemetery, but
Yeah, very. I mean,
but
yeah,
some gardens
cemetery.
have statues too.
Yeah. Hopefully Marco wasn't, batshit.
Oh, I think we're gonna go look at the statue. The leg's gonna be missing. We're gonna route it back, and it's gonna be one of these two goobers we met at the beginning.
I mean, isn't that how all good mystery novels are written?
I don't know. I read nonfiction.
Thought you lived it.
Well, also true. If Maria Stagla, what's her name, gets sick, at least we'll have confirmation where the damn thing is.
True.
So do we just... How long are we in Venice for?
God. Are we in here for a couple of days?
Yeah, you guys will be in here for a few days.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Historian over here knows the location of the decisive battle, apparently.
So do we go to the location of the battle?
It's in Venice.
What time is it?
It's getting pretty late. The basilica is about to close its doors, actually.
How long were we at the library?
All day.
We were also walking around. We were going everywhere.
Yeah, but it said it was all in the same area. You even said that the biblioteca was next to the basilica.
It is, but we also went back to the woman's house,
We went to...
which isn't near it.
Yeah, that one was the long walk. Was not taking a gondola.
Yeah.
Well, alright, we can just go back to the hotel if that's what you want.
You guys are at the
I
hotel.
mean, yeah, we're at the hotel.
Oh.
Unless
Well,
you
then,
want
good
to...
night.
Unless you want to pull in all night there.
Unless you
mean,
want
we
to
can.
break in, or if you want to break back into the basilica.
Evangeline,
Why
you
would
were
we-
the one who was reading the letter, correct?
Yeah, we don't need to. Why would we need to break back into the basilica?
I don't know.
You just want to break into things.
Someone mentioned the basilica.
I
Oh,
just
gotta
said
go
it was
back
near
in.
the biblioteca when I was calculating walking distance.
So, Evangeline, you look as you're done reading the letter. You take a look at the wax seal on this envelope, and you see that the wax seal shows a winged cherub set against a shield, and the cherub is cradling a doll.
Do I recognize that family crest since I am bougie as well? And I have been through Europe. I have been through Europe.
I would say that you could give me another no roll, so maybe education
No.
again.
Aw.
You got this. I believe in you.
No, you shouldn't believe in me. I rolled bad.
No.
6 off.
So I have
Damn.
clearly put my points in things that I will never use in this campaign. And you know what? I just have to accept that.
You want to push it or spend luck?
No. I have not rolled well this entire game. I will not push my
Does-
rolls.
Does it look like an old family crest?
You could assume as such.
I mean, I'll try to see if I recognize it.
All right.
Do I do history or?
You could do history. With yeah, you can do history.
All right.
No.
Oh my god.
You failed a history roll.
I know.
That's all
I'm,
right.
I'm saving. I'm saving my thing. I'm saving.
You're saving?
Yeah, I'm not using luck or anything.
Okay. All right.
You're just accepting failure, which is fair.
Totally fair. All right.
So I guess we wait the night and hope that in the morning Maria is still alive.
I mean, you can hope that. She was rude.
That's fair. I don't know fancy people ways.
Well, I must say that what she did to us was a travesty in fancy people land. Absolute rudeness.
Beyond okay.
Oh my god.
Right. Well, as you guys begin to get settled again for another night, I'm assuming, James, you would walk back to your own hotel room.
Yeah.
So, James, as you begin to make for the hotel door, there's a knock at it.
At my
I'm
hotel
gonna-
room door?
Yes.
Or... Okay.
Because that's
well,
where you guys were all
it-
gathered.
Well, I guess, do we answer the door?
Yeah,
You
I,
will-
I
no.
answer it gun drawn, but, you know, hidden.
Great idea.
You open the door to find standing in the hallway a familiar looking young man who is referred to as Giorgio.
Hmm.
Ugh, I shut the door.
And that is where we will end our session for the night.
Shutting the
I can
door.
just I just imagine the music going do 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 do. And then to be continued.
Copyright infringement.
And it ends just before Evangeline closes the door on her face of just pure disgust.
Oh my god! It does the JoJo theme. Do 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 do.
Yeah.
Do, do.
Listen, I fucking love Roundabout. I have that saved on Spotify. Outside of
Same.
the fucking reference to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that is a banger ass fucking song.
Dude, it fucking slaps.
There's a metal band called I think it's Allegaean or Allegaean, and they do a metal cover of that song, and it is so fucking
Oh,
fire.
damn.
Yeah,
Dude, share it.
I will absolutely. I'll drop it in our DMs. And yeah, so
Okay.
so yeah, thank you guys for stopping by for part 9 of Call of Cthulhu or on the Orient Express. Want to thank my players for joining me. We'll go down the table. If you guys got something coming up, let me know. Forgotten.
Just follow Gil. Follow Gil. Subscribe. I'm Forgotten. Bye.
All right. Dyna.
My 2-year anniversary is on April 1st.
Woo!
to
Woo!
Gil.
All right, and Javi.
Follow Gil, and if you want to playtest the upcoming TTRPG, let me know.
Oh yeah, I might have to get in on that myself. I actually did just find the metal cover of Roundabout on YouTube. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat.
Nice. Hey Arcus, what do you have coming out?
Yeah, hey, Archie.
Also, this band does a metal cover of Subdivisions by Rush, and I highly recommend you checking that out as well.
Oh, hell yes.
Love me some Rush. As for myself, next Saturday is still up in the air. I might play a video game. Which one? I'm not sure. But we'll see what's going on for that then. But on the 23rd, we have part 5 of Chrono Core. Very excited. And if you thought we went far back in history with the Julius Caesar thing, you don't know how far back we can go.
Oh no.
And that's the
Damn.
only clue that I'm gonna drop.
They're going prehistory, Conan era,
Oh,
bitches.
we're getting there. We're getting there. And
Yeah.
for that session, we will be joined by Bio Steampunk, Dapper Pumpkin, Undead Commander, TV Head, and Tarok Ember. So that's gonna be a pretty wild lineup. I'm really excited to see what those goobers get into. And then the 30th is going to be another Monster of the Week one shot.
Fuck
And-
yeah.
Heck yeah, we love Monster of the Week here. Like I said earlier, Monster of the Week's probably one of my favorite systems to run because it's just so fun and it's easy for new players to get into. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have Burb the Bread God for that. We're going to have TV Head for that as well. We're going to have Mopsy. We're going to have Stupid Punk Thing, and we're going to have Nixie.
Nice.
And just looking at the characters that I've already gotten for that one so far, it's going to be a doozy. And we will be having a session 0 at some point to finalize characters and get our interconnected character backstories together, which I think I got the okay from all of my players, but it will be another direct to YouTube upload of session 0s. If you haven't seen that yet, Gil Swamp Guy on YouTube, I have posted the session 0 that I did for the Kids on Bikes one shot that I ran. And yeah, if that's something you guys are interested in or something that you guys like seeing, like the behind the scenes of how the one shots get made, pop by. It's a good time. We had a lot of fun talking about pickles and dinosaurs and trauma in that session 0's video, so check that out. Let's look for somebody to raid. I think that's a good thing to do right about now. Also, Project Open Table. Like I said, if you're in my personal Discord, if you go there and you head under TTRPG General, you will see where I have posted the enrollment form, because at the moment we are currently accepting application-only entrants to kind of start building that general foundation of positivity that we are striving for at Project Open Table, which, if you haven't heard about it, because Project Open Table is a tabletop community founded by myself and Undead Commander and Arcus and TV Head to create this community where people can play tabletop games, and by process of vetting our GMs and currently at the moment even our players, we are striving to minimalize, if not completely eliminate, the possibility of people ending up as part of one of those tabletop horror stories that we've heard about, be it the GM who was overly controlling and might as well have just written a fucking book as opposed to having people have a say in how the story goes, or just players who were problematic at the table, we're trying to get rid of that shit. That we're going to do our best to make sure that does not happen in this space, and to be able to foster that foundation and grow that culture, we are keeping our doors kind of cracked a little bit. So if you know us and you want to get in, there's a good chance you will. But at the moment, we plan on opening our doors to the public here at the end of the month or within the next few weeks after that, once we get everything kind of established and get the ball rolling a little harder. So yeah, if you're interested in joining that, go to my server or Undead server or TV Head server or Arcus' server. I think Arcus is still around. And I'm sure somewhere in there you'll find the enrollment form. It's a Google Doc. Just click it, answer the questions, and send it in. Outside of that, now that I went on a long-winded rant about that, let's see who we can raid.
Nothing wrong with a long-winded rant.
No, I'm just very passionate about this. Like, I've put myself and the other founders have put a shitload of work into thinking of everything that we can, and even now, like with our roster growing, we are still getting ideas and suggestions in on how we can make this better. So by all means, come check it out. We, I think, are going to go ahead and let's raid Swamp Varmint. They're doing some Minecraft. Woo. We like Minecraft.
Let's go. Minecraft.
So yeah, let's click that raid channel button. Let's type in Swamp Varmint. And once we get over there, drop that fellow a follow. He's such a sweetheart. He's cool as hell. And he's got like that very thick like cowboy drawl to him. Very soothing.
Very.
At least for me. I find it soothing as fuck. But yeah, drop him a follow, say hi for me. And yeah, other than that, I will catch you guys on another stream. Thank you guys for coming by. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bird.